Hello all, it's your girl Tiffany, Madam Luscious Black Beauty, your poetic psychic Pisces, High Priestess, aka the light that shines like a diamond, also known as your modern day nun, one whom isn't within a coven, a convent, or a covenant. I do thank you all for listening and for watching on tonight. If you would be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe, it would be greatly appreciated. This is going to be a general reading for the overall collective of any zodiac sign. So please take the messages that apply, leave the ones that do not. Without any further ado, guys, we're going to get into tonight's reading. Remember that these messages may apply to your past, your present, or your future, as well as it may be pertaining to you, your loved ones, your family, your friends, your co-workers, your neighbors, complete strangers, honey, and any and everybody in between that you may or may not know. So with that being said, let's go over the overall messages here. Okay, so we have here, you were adopted and no one ever told you. We're gonna get it tonight, guys, okay? It's 11:11 and the portals is wide open. So we about to bust this bitch wide open, okay? We have here your mama's side of the family. You are being used for money, gifted and talented. So whomever you are who was adopted and you were never told, you're somebody who is gifted and talented, okay? We have satanic sellout church member, gang stalkers, birth mother betrayal. They put a hit out on you to have you killed to cover their tracks. They're dangerous, okay? Do not trust them. Run, don't look back, get out. We have your daddy's side of the family. Satanic ritual abuse. Somebody close to you is a warlock / male witch. And human traffickers. Okay, guys? So to clarify, you were adopted and no one ever told you. Whomever you are a content creator, okay? You have a social media platform of some kind, okay? This is going to go into some other things. I'm just going to tell you that first card says that you were adopted and no one ever told you. Technically, you wasn't adopted. You were abducted, okay? There was no legal adoption that happened, okay? And the first card and the last card goes hand in hand together. That's why I'm telling you this ahead of time, okay? Because technically with human trafficking being involved, there's no way that a legal adoption happened. So technically you wasn't adopted, you were abducted, okay? And you were sex trafficked, you were human trafficked, okay? Whomever you are, however, this is something that has been hidden from you, okay? Something that is secret from you. Nobody ever told you, okay? Technically, so that means that the people that you grew up with that you think is your family is not your family, okay? Whomever you are, like I was saying, you have a social media. Most people have social media of some kind today, but you could be a blogger, a vlogger. You could have a podcast. You could be on Facebook, YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. You have a platform of some kind. You are a content creator, okay? So then we have here my secret island, or secret hidden island, secret hidden treasure island card here. And as you can see, it has the Ace of Swords here as well as the Moon here, okay? So this truth, this clarity about the fact that you were abducted or the fact that you were adopted or whatever, depending on your situation, is something that was done in secret. Is something that was hidden from you, okay? It was something that was kept from you here, okay? You could be about to find out some type of truth or clarity. This clarity could be coming from me, or you could be actually getting some legal documentation to clarify the fact that the people that you thought was your family is not in fact your family, okay? There was definitely some type of trafficking, shipping operation that occurred, that happened, and you were trafficked as a result to this, okay? The individuals that traffic you was involved in a multitude of different things and working for some very prominent people in the game, okay? So human trafficking, sex trafficking, prostitution rings, drugs, weapons, money, a lot of things involved when about these secret hidden things here, okay? But in fact, you're going to find out some type of truth or clarity about some things that has been hidden from you, that has been secret from you, okay? Thus, you are an orphan here, okay? You probably grew up feeling like the scapegoat. You was made to feel like the scapegoat of your family or your supposed family. Okay, you was treated like the black sheep. Okay, to this day, you may have family, but you don't have family. These people are not in your life. They don't support you. They don't take care of you. They don't do anything for you. As a matter of fact, even when you were around them or close to them, they always isolated you or left you out. So to this day, you could be an introvert. You could be, like permanently in this hermit mode, or you could have been isolated or targeted. Okay, you probably are isolated and by yourself if at some point you was deemed a targeted individual, which technically you were targeted. You've been a target your entire life. Thus, you have no family, you have no friends, you're all alone. Okay, as you can see on here, this speaks to a lot of different things. You being a traffic victim, kidnapping occurring, you having trust issues, phony adoptions occurring, you dealing with childhood trauma, okay, you being sold, okay, or stolen or switched, okay, multitude of different things happening here, okay. To clarify your mama's side of the family, or the person that you believe to be your mother, and her side of the family here, we have the T card here, okay? So this talks about gossip. This talks about rumors, okay? This talks about betrayals, judgments, haters, backstabbings. I feel like these individuals on your mama's side of the family, they have always, like I said, put you down, left you out, okay? These people could have always put you in positions where they were, judging you, ridiculing you, slandering you, stabbing you in the back, gossiping about you behind your back while smiling up in your face sometimes, okay? But this also can speak to a lot of gossip and talk and rumors going around about your mama's side of the family and their involvement with what happened to you, okay? So we also have here, time is money, okay? This lets me know that your mama's side of the family, or the mother side of the family that you believe to be your mother, money definitely played a role, was involved in how they ended up with you and how they got you, okay? These individuals was trying to come up out of poverty, out of the projects, out of being poor, to come up in society in some type of way. They was teamed up and linked up with persons in power that offered them the opportunity to some type of comforts or some type of money here, okay? So these individuals accepted money, okay, for you, okay, to take you in, okay? But you actually do not belong to them, okay? So we have here, get thee behind me. Now today, Satan, here, there's a lot of lies, deception, miseries, pain that you have had to endure as it relates to your mother's side of the family here, okay? Heartache, sadness, sorrows, manipulations, betrayals, okay? Like I said, you probably went your entire life feeling betrayed, feeling left out, feeling put down, feeling ridiculed, feeling judged, okay? You never fit in. You likely don't look like the people in on your mother's side of the family, may or may not on your father's side of the family, okay? But there's a lot of lies, deceptions, manipulations, control, and a lot of abusive things that took place on your mother's side of the family as it relates to you. Okay, to clarify, you are being used for money here. Well, of course, we have the pizza card here, okay? So this talks about underground pizza here, which is the human sex trafficking of children here, okay? This card speaks to a multitude of different things: child sex rings, satanic ritual abuse, child abuse, shipping, trafficking, prostitution, human trafficking, underground sex trade, kidnapping, children in cages, underage porn, abductions, okay? A multitude of different things here, okay? You are a part of this, okay? I'm sorry to tell you, for those of you who resonate with this, how you were being used for money is because you were pimped out and you were sold to people in power with money, okay, who was using you and abusing you as a child, okay? For those of you who cannot you can't for those of you who can't remember this, or you remember bits and pieces of trauma and different things that you endured, that's because you were put under some form of mind control. um, okay. um, Satanic ritual abuse happens when you are very young. Okay. You're molested and you're used in various different ways, like oral sex and molestation and different things can start in your infancies going all the way up. You usually are penetrated at some point or even raped before the age of 6, or by the time, but by the age of 6. Okay. There's various different methods that's used to do mind control, like MK Ultra mind control, but it mainly consists of certain drugs that are given to make you forget or not remember. Okay. Just to give you all an example, with my supposed family, which I know is not my family, I have a very vivid memory. Okay, I have a photographic memory. Okay, I can remember a lot of things. Okay, but there's only bits and pieces of things that I can remember quite a bit, but like I know where I endured a lot of trauma. Um, those are the things that they really tried to erase, which is not erase, it's just deep in your subconscious. Okay. But I have like real remembrance of them. I have it's like non-existent before the age of like 5 or 6. Okay, like before that, and even before that, but from birth to 5, nobody has pictures of me. Okay, so these are also telltale signs, telltale things that something is wrong, something is going on. Okay, like every mother, especially when you are supposedly a firstborn, like if you have other siblings and you are the oldest of, say, the especially if your mother and your supposed mother and your father are not together, your mother has had children, your father possibly have other children. If you're the oldest out of all of their kids, that means you came first out of all of the kids. Okay. And nobody has pictures of you, of your child. Every mother has pictures of their children. Okay. I also can remember being trafficked very young. I was put on a plane. I've told you all before, I was put on a plane when I was like 6 years old. And I specifically remember it was like when I was 6, because it was right after my supposed mother's other daughter was born, which we were both born in March. Okay, so I had just turned 6. I'm March the 6th and she's March the 20th. Okay, so she was born on the last day of Pisces. And I remember this very vividly because we was living on the base in Cheyenne, Wyoming, which is quite interesting because I can remember that, but I do not have recollection of how I got there or like traveling there. Which is quite interesting because I remember a lot of other things that occurred and happened while I was there, which would have occurred before I was 5, like me being drowned in a swimming pool on the base, like a lot of different things. But there was a situation that happened after my supposed sister, which is my supposed mother's other child, was born. After she was born, I know what else happened, like what happened as to why they got rid of me. I was shipped off. Okay, but then I remember very vividly there was this one night. Okay, and I don't, if you've never lived in Wyoming, like you have to live in Wyoming to understand weather in Wyoming. Like when it snows in Wyoming, it snows in Wyoming. Like they literally, it snows so much that it will cover your windows and your doors. They literally have people, well, at least on base, because we lived on base, because my supposed sister's dad was in the military at the time we lived on base, so he was stationed there. But like they literally have people on base to like shovel snow from like your doors, your walkways, and things like that, just so you get out your door. That's how bad it snows in Wyoming. I can tell you things about Wyoming. Like Wyoming don't have fairs, they have rodeos. It's crazy. I have to tell you about it. But I remember very vividly because there was this one night, and I remember it was cold as hell, and it was snowing. Okay, it was very cold. I think it was snowing, but it was very cold. I remember. I think it was still pretty cold. Okay, because it was a little while after my supposed mother's other child was born, which would be my supposed sister. Okay, she was still an infant, like infant size. Okay, and there was this interracial couple that came over. I believe they were husband and wife, but they were definitely dating. They were definitely a couple. Okay, and the guy, he was African American, and the woman, she was Caucasian, and they were a couple. And my supposed mother and the husband that she had at the time, they were entertaining their company. And I'll never forget, because I was always isolated, but I see a lot of things, and I've seen a lot of things, and I know a lot of things that a lot of people don't think I've seen, or I've known that I never even spake on. But I was peeping around the corner, so I seen it all. Okay, and the woman ended up wanting to hold my supposed sister. So you know how you play around with a baby, and you like when they're so that small, you like kind of nibble on them. They like, well, this woman ended up putting my supposed sister's hand in her mouth, and she ended up biting her. Now, I today know that this is purposeful trauma that happens when you're a kid, when you're young, and different things. But I literally seen this happen, okay? And there was a knockout drag. Like, so she started screaming to the top of her lungs, and there was about to be a fight. And my supposed mother was like literally about to beat the dog shit out this woman, and like there was this big blow up. And I never forget, because I was in my pajamas, and it had gotten to the point where the fight was getting physical. And I'll never forget, I remember thinking to myself, I'm like, oh my God, I was gonna run and get help or whatever, but I would have had to run like all the way down. Like, if you ever lived on base, especially like late in the middle of the night, most of the things on base is closed. Okay, so there was like this gas station, but it was like all the way across the field. Either I could go all the way around, because I couldn't run across that field, because it was far away, so I would have to go all the way around, which would take a lot longer. It would have made more sense for me to go out the door and down the other street and run all the way, the gate that you get to before you can even enter on base, come onto base, where to check your IDs and you got your secrets and all this other kind of stuff. And I'll never forget, and on my way to run out the door, one of them ended up stopping me and forcing me to like go in my room or something like that or whatever. But I'll never forget this night, okay? Right after that is when I was shipped off, okay? So this was between the ages of 6 and the ages of 7, okay? I believe it was 6, okay? But I was literally put on a plane by myself. No adult, no anything. Now, they try to tell you, oh, you can pay for a chaperone, but you gather up, you do a polling. You gather up, you as a parent right now today, if you have a child that's small, or just think about when you had a child that's small, ask yourself, would you put that little bitty child on a plane by themselves to go to another state and just hope that they got there and somebody looked after them? Okay, this is what occurred. Okay, so I was literally shipped from Cheyenne, Wyoming, back to Arkansas in that time. Okay, which I stayed here thereafter or whatever. But so there's a lot. I said all of that to say there's a lot of things that I can remember, but I know a lot of traumaful things has purposely they try to wipe your mind. It's like it's certain drugs that they can give you to make you forget, or certain mind control tactics that they use to try to basically scare you into submission to never speaking about it, or not remembering, or the memory is just fuzzy for you not to get it all out and different things, or ever tell anybody and different things like that or whatever. But I mean, I've been through a lot of things, okay, from like I said, being drowned and some more shit that's happened more than once, okay. But It happened in Cheyenne, Wyoming. Like, I've went through a lot of things, okay? But I said all that to say, because if you just think back over your life and think about little things that you looked over that you thought it was just simple little things that didn't matter, everything connect like dots. Like, there's no such thing as coincidences. And if you think about it, and I'm telling you, none of those people have pictures of me as an infant. Every mother have pictures of your child, especially your firstborn, as an infant. Okay. Other things that that you have, either that your identity has been altered, or that different things are being done to you to be to cause trauma. Another thing I remember, why being in Wyoming, they wanted to take me and take out my tonsils. Okay. Now, and I vividly remember, like, and this was like when I was way young, that supposedly I snored. I did not snore. I don't snore to this day, okay? But I remember being scared to death because I ended up seeing somebody, I don't know if it was a doctor or therapist, like whoever the hell it was, that like tell you about something about the procedure, and it's like you can't eat after you get your tonsil taken out, but you can have all the cold stuff that you can stand, which is supposed to help you heal up. Y'all, whatever the situation was, and I think I intuitively knew something was wrong, and I said something or did something, but my tonsils never did get taken out, and I never did go back to that doctor because they was planning something else. Okay, I believe this is one of those times that I was being chipped off or pimped out to some fucking body or some shit that happened. I'll tell you another thing that was weird. Okay, had no freaking problems leading up to when I came back to Arkansas. I'll never forget, all of a sudden I had to go start seeing this one doctor, and I all of a sudden needed glasses. That was the only time in my life that I needed glasses. And I remember very vividly, because when you only have Medicaid, they had the worst glasses. Like, they have gotten so much better now. They have actually stylish, nice looking glasses today. Okay, back then there were these horrible big frames that they were only colored trim around them. And I remember I had a red pair and I had a blue pair. Okay, both of them mysteriously ended up getting, break in some kind of way or whatever. I was really young, but y'all, I kid y'all not, I've never worn glasses ever again. This would have to have been like when I was really young. We're talking like, this would have to been like first grade, second grade. I have 20/20 vision. Like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like certain things that is like, why was this then but not now? Like, was a person cloned? Was they switched? Was they, what happened? Because certain things you can remember and you don't know why that is, or why that, all different kinds of things. It's really crazy. I can tell you a lot of things that I've endured, a lot of things that I've seen, a lot of things that I've heard, a lot of things that I know that I've never spake about. That's really, really strange. Okay. And the one thing as a high priestess, the reason why I don't speak about everything is because the narcissists around you believe you to be brainwashed and dumbed down, believe you to be stupid, and as long as they think you're stupid and they think you have no idea, like you can't see them clearly for the demonic as individuals that they are, they'll continue to play this little stupid game with you. Okay, so I don't necessarily speak about everything that I know. Okay, but I just said that to tell you all, for those of you that may resonate with some of the things that's being said, think back to some things that didn't make sense or that was strange, that didn't kind of add up. Oh, this is why I was left out. This is why I was treated like this. That's what caused this. You have any scars or bruises or marks on you that you don't really know how you got them, what happened, or anything like that. Okay, that's for a specific reason. Okay, guys, so that's the reason why I said this. Okay, for whoever you are, you were being used for money. Okay, and it was for the purposes of child sex, a child sex ring, and human trafficking. Okay, so you was pimped out and passed around amongst I feel like wealthy persons in power. Okay, and I'm going to go into more why I feel like it was wealthy persons in power and not just you being handed off to the nearest drug dealer so your parents could get some dope, can get a fix real quick type of thing. This was like persons in power, persons in authority type of things that had specific reasons for why they wanted to use you, how they wanted to use you, and what they wanted to use you for. Okay, which we have the Wheel of Fortune here that sits here with the pizza card here. So large amounts of money was involved with this. This is also how I know that this just wasn't some slum bag, scumbag as individual on the streets that wants some kitty pussy or baby dick or some shit or whatever. But we also have gifted and talented here. Whomever you are, you have always been gifted and talented. You were possibly used as a child star in some type of way. Like you were used to, these people that you were pimped out to, that you were sold to, they used you. Like you could have been a child star and never knew that you were a child star. Or I feel like there was, I feel like that there were and we're gonna get into some other messages, but there was definitely recordings of you, okay, tapings of you or something. This could have been child pornography, or this could have been like some other type of filming or acting or artistry, some type of work. But whoever you are, you're very gifted and you're very talented, which is one of the reasons why that these wealthy persons in power used you, okay? But you never seen a dime of it. Only the people that was selling you ever seen any of that money here, okay? So to clarify gifted and talented, we have success is doing ordinary things extraordinarily well, okay? So whomever you are, as a kid, I feel like you were illuminated very like highly as a kid, okay? You had was very creative. You had special abilities like talent, skills, artistries, abilities, special abilities as a kid, and they were using you for this, okay? They were using this, there could have been molestation. There were obviously molestation and fondling and different things going on, but they were also using you for you being gifted and talented as well, okay? There was something that they were getting out of you that has to do with artistry or skill or talent or to entertain there or something, okay? Because you're very gifted and talented, and so much so they dumbed you down. You were drugged and you were put under MK Ultra mind control, and you were likely chipped as a child as well to keep you. And if you notice, if any of you, no matter, I don't give a damn if you could draw, if you could sing, if you could dance, if you wrote poetry, anything that you could do well, every time, if you've noticed, if every time you did something well, everybody around you either paid no attention to it, act like it wasn't that good. Nobody ever, how a parent is supposed to, like if you see your kid go out and bouncing the ball and shooting hoops early, you want to put your support behind them. Possibly you got a kid that wants to play ball, so you get them in sports and different things that they are into. You understand what I'm saying? If as a young child you have a child that's really artistic, they draw, just freestyle by hand, really great pictures, you would figure out what kind of art classes, what you can do to help your kids succeed. You understand what I'm saying? Which is what most parents do and different things like that. Whomever you are, you were so gifted and so talented that they did something to mask it. Like they did something to purposely dumb you down, okay? They did it so bad that after that, it may have caused you to have learning disabilities and everything, when you would have been like genius level smart with a high IQ if it hadn't been for them doing that, okay? but you were very gifted and talented at something, and they were using you for this. They knew that you were gifted and talented. This could be because of your DNA, because of your bloodline, this or your blood type. This could be because of actual creativities, abilities, talents, artistries. Okay, but you got to understand, all of this was going on when you were a baby, like a kid. You understand what I'm saying? So you had to be extraordinary at something. Okay? Successfully extraordinary at something at a very, very young age. Okay? You may have had psychic abilities. You may have been able to predict the future, or tell these people certain things or whatever, and they used that and used you for that, and or you know what I'm saying? You could have been born with, like, y'all watch these shows, a lot of these movies and different things, and see things about these mutants, and there are real people in the world who have supernatural powers. Okay, and if the government find out about them, many of them are hidden out. Okay, many of them end up either hidden out in some special super mutant, super power school or place or mansion or something specifically for those type of persons, because the government like to stay control of any and everything that has any type of skill, power, knowledge, especially otherworldly knowledge and power. Okay, they want to manipulate and control everything. Okay, so 9 times out of 10, if they find out about it, they will scoop you up quick, especially if you are a kid. If they know as a kid that you are gifted and talented, they go straight to the source. They'll go to your parents. They'll go to whoever is your guardian and offer them whatever amount of money to experiment on you, to test on you, make you test subjects, to chip you, to program you, to get what they want to get out of you. But you don't get a dime from it. And it's only certain ones of them who they actually allow to come up in the industry and succeed. This is also how many of your other child stars are created, and they come up in the industry and different things like that. It's only certain ones of them that they will allow. Okay, whomever you are, they used you, and you were good enough to be there, but they did something to put you under mind control. They did something to stunt your growth and your mental dialect and IQ and everything, and everybody around you. If you can remember, they probably all downplayed how good you were at something. You could have been the most talented, the most creative around you, and you had people gaslighting you your entire life that always looked the other way, like you were never good enough. You never got a pat on the back, a round of applause, a good job. Nobody ever supported you. Nobody purposely ever taught you anything. It's because they did not want you to succeed. They did not want you to make it. That was a part of the satanic ritual abuse. That was part of the mind control that the satanic powers that was paying these people who were your guardians to do to you. This was purposeful childhood trauma that they placed on you, because whoever you are so gifted and so talented that you would technically be a threat to the powers that be if you were ever allowed to succeed. So they did everything in their power. They put you under mind control. They brainwashed you. They dumbed you down. They chipped you to keep an eye on you your entire life, to track you your entire life. I guarantee you, whoever you are who identifies with this, you got a top secret classified document that is at the CIA right now in a file somewhere. The CIA and the FBI, as well as the military, has been watching you your entire life, especially if you were chipped as a child. I guarantee you. I would bet my life upon it. To clarify, satanic sellout, church member, gang stalkers. These people on your mother's side of the family, okay, they brainwashed you and dumbed you down with religion. When they in fact are sellouts to the satanic powers that be, when they in fact worship Lucifer as their god, they sold out long before you was even thought about or even born, or they even had access to you. Okay, they're sellouts. and they're too coward to admit it and to say so. Spirits say keep your distance away from them. They dumped you down like that on purpose. I told you, you are so gifted, you are so talented, you are more knowledgeable than them about this. You would have told them. You are so smart. Whoever you are, you were so smart. You have divine knowledge, otherworldly divine knowledge, that you would have called them all out for a lie, for the lies that they are pushing upon the people on various different things. You would have called them out for being sellouts. You would have called them out for what they were doing. You were just that smart. Some of you could have been psychic. Some of you could have been psychic. They used this mother side of your family. They were the ones in your family who played pretend like they were saved, sanctified, and delivered, and holier than thou. At the church, every time the church doors open, and they the biggest sinners in there, all wearing a mask, all false persons, pimping children out, sacrificing children, human trafficking children, selling them for money. This is how many of them made it out the projects. This is how many of them made it out the hood and now stand in middle class neighborhoods today. That's the truth. Spirits say keep your distance, okay? Choose your friends, your family, your associates wisely. Spirits say when somebody show you who they really are, believe them. These people showed you who they really were a long time ago. Spirits say stay away from the enemy. These satanic sellout church member gang stalkers who've been gaslighting you your entire life. They sold out to the satanic powers that be a long time ago. You felt it in your gut. It was in the back of your head. That little voice in the back of your head was telling you all along something ain't right. Something just ain't right. That queasy feeling in your gut. You knew something was not right with these people. They was mistreating you for absolutely no reason at all. That's not right. That wasn't fair. Spirits say listen to your wisdom. Follow your intuition. The vibes are off. You know the vibes are off with these people. You know they're lying to you, okay? Do not ignore what you feel Spirit is saying. Proceed with caution, because right up under that, Spirit say they dangerous. To clarify birth mother betrayal, we have the high priestess here. There is some type of hidden, classified information that has been purposely kept secret from you for you finding out who your birth mother was. This is secret information, secret knowledge. These are hidden things that the satanic powers that be have purposely kept from you. People in authority, elite individuals, people in secret societies, people of higher power, okay? Your birth mother could have even been a high priestess, could have been psychic, okay? Because the high priestess also speaks about psychic intuition, third eye activations, okay? But it speaks to secret knowledge, occultic knowledge, okay? We also have death here. Your birth mother was murdered on purpose, okay? Your birth mother was murdered. You were being used and sold for sex to people wealthy and high up in power before your birth mother died. Okay? Now, remind you, watch how this works, because you see how your daddy's side of the family sits right up under birth mother betrayal. Your birth mother and your daddy's side of the family got some type of direct connection. Your mother's side of the family is not your family at all. The mother side of the family that you believe is your mother. Your birth mother was murdered, and it's been kept secret from you. To clarify, they put a hit out on you to have you killed to cover your their tracks. Spirits say that the ops around you have been gaslighting you your entire life. They are full of nothing but trickery. They have been targeting you your entire life. They have emotionally abused you. They had you under mind control. They played mind games with you in your entire life. They're full of nothing but lies, deceptions, and manipulation. Spirits say, don't believe the hype, believe unicorns, because it is more logical, it's more probable, and you believing in unicorns than you believe in the hype and the bullshit from these people who knew that you were trafficked, who knew that you were abducted, who know what happened to your birth mother, who know about the sexual, psychological, mental, emotional abuse that you have suffered your entire life. They've been targeting you and gang stalking you and gaslighting you your entire life, emotionally abusing you, playing mind games with you. And this sits right up under satanic ritual abuse. See, the powers that be, they sit I'm straight. They don't like when nobody talk about satanic ritual abuse. Because that's supposed to be secrets. Don't tell the secrets. To clarify, they're dangerous here, which sits right up under your mama's side of the family, with satanic sellout church member gang stalkers. To clarify, they're dangerous. We have the witchy twitchy card here. We talk about individuals that play with dark arts, that have been doing rituals on you ever since you have been in the company of them. These people have been trying to blood sacrifice you, kill you, for as long as you have been alive, as long as you have been around them. They have been doing black magic, voodoo, hoodoo, hexes, curses, spells, putting hex on you, putting roots on you. Okay? They belong to secret societies. They're devil worshippers. They're into Satanism. They belong to witch covens and satanic cults. Spirits say they're dangerous. They've been doing spell work on you since day one of you being with them, you being around them. Somebody named Tim. Somebody named Tim is very significant. His name could be Tim. This could be short for Timothy, or it's Tim. There's a Tim who is very significant to this story, that has some type of connection to this story. But I believe on your supposed mother side of the family, there is somebody whose name is Tim that is very significant. I keep seeing Tim. I keep hearing Tim. To clarify your daddy's side of the family, we have the Three of Swords, which talks about heartache, heartbreak, betrayals, disappointments, misery, pain, breakups, sadness, anger, no love, hurt feelings, lying, cheating, crying tears, affairs, loss. We also have the devil. Your daddy's side of the family has sold their soul to the devil. They shepherds for the devil. They're chained to the devil. They have addictive patterns of behavior. They have addictions, whether it be drug addictions, alcohol addictions, sex addictions, money addictions. Spirits say evil is as evil does. They belong to witch covens and satanic cults. They're devil worshippers as well. They got witches and warlocks, and they play with demons. They got sellouts. They mixing and mingling with the satanic powers that be, with these elites. They doing black magic and voodoo and hoodoo and hexes and curses and spells as well. As it relates to your daddy's side of the family, there's something heartbreaking and them being chained and tied to the devil that occurred, that sits here up under birth mother betrayal. Something that caused some type of heartache, something that caused some type of heartbreak. And them and their ties to the devil, them and their ties to the satanic powers that be. To clarify satanic ritual abuse, there was a fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, who was very prominent to your satanic ritual abuse that you endured. This person abused you physically, mentally, emotionally, psychologically, on purpose. You could even endure sexual abuse. This person could have allowed sexual abuse to happen to you, or either actually partook in sexual abuse that happened to you. But there was satanic ritual abuse speaks to many different things. This speaks to one being put under mind control. This speaks to one being programmed, with beta sex kitten programming, MK Ultra mind control, monarch programming. Okay? There's various different programming, being chipped, being implanted, being drugged. Okay? We have the Tower here. Something tragic happened. Something sudden happened. Some type of sudden upheaval, some type of sudden shakeup occurred here. There was some type of deception, destructions or disruptions, chaos, tragedy occurred. This could have anything to do with a murder, harm, death, illness, injuries, illnesses. Something tragically happened as it relates to the satanic ritual abuse that you endured. You could have endured some type of injury. You obviously endured trauma. You endured harm. Because of this fire sign, this Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo here. Because of this fire sign, there was a major tower that collapsed. Something tragically, suddenly happened that caused some type of injury or death or harm to you. We have family issues here that sits here on satanic ritual abuse here. This is called family issues, okay? Trauma, drama, lies, deceptions, no love. And didn't I tell you was put under mind control? Due to the satanic ritual abuse. That's government experimentation, beta sex kitten programming, monarch programming, MK Ultra mind control, neurolinguistic programming, remote neural monitoring. You could have been chipped, you could have been implanted, you could have been brainwashed. This also speaks to different forms of satanic ritual abuse, drugging, purposeful trauma caused by you. When you are a child, when a child endures a certain amount of trauma, okay, and trauma is pain, something that caused you pain, and they do this in various different ways, okay? They could have killed someone in front of you. You could have seen other children die in front of you, or other persons die in front of you. Torture of other persons. Could have been threatened. You could have been beaten. You could have been strangled to almost you blacked out or passed out. You could have been purposely drowned on purpose and then resuscitated or things like that. This is purposeful trauma. Trauma also occurs when you rape, when you cause a child any type of pain, whether this be from beating, penetration, any type of significant trauma and pain to a child. What it does is it shatters the brain. When a child's brain is shattered, you then can create alters. Alters are alter egos, okay? This is a part of the mind control. This is part of the programming. Once through this trauma, through this satanic ritual abuse, once they have shattered the brain, this is how they then program your different alters. Okay, different triggers can be then programmed within you. When you hear a certain word or a certain sound or see a certain thing or smell a certain thing, it will trigger your sexual programming. The same thing can happen to trigger you to be aggressive. The same thing can happen to trigger you to do something criminal. The same thing, different triggers are implanted in you. You ever seen these celebrities, and they do it in the women a lot. You ever seen these celebrities, full grown women now, Okay, and they talking like little itty bitty babies, like they're back when they're little kids and different things like that. And I don't know why it feels like that and what happened to me. And I just want a piece of candy. Can I have a piece of candy? Oh, weird. That is weird. Those are triggers. They're trigger. This is programming, sex programming. And the people who are abusing them wants to take them back to a childlike state. They'll go back to an altar when they were a kid and they were abused, okay? Or they can make you this sexy temptress, okay, that they're sending in undercover as a spy to have sex with a specific person to get information out of them, okay? Sex programming can be triggered in multiple different ways depending on what they program in you, okay? Y'all look up Order of the Rose. Y'all look up presidential models. Y'all, all of these things have terms. They have meanings. Many of you was possibly trained when you were young to be a presidential model, or used amongst the celebrities or something like that. It's just that something occurred, something happened when you got to a specific age and they stopped being able to use you. And I feel like that's when you sustained some type of injury, and the injury was so bad that either they thought you died, or you was near death, or you were about to die, or maybe you were unconscious for a while. And then they no longer used you for those purposes, but you were still under mind control. You were still being brainwashed. You were still being gaslit. You were still, all the other forms of abuse that you were going through. Okay? To clarify, somebody close to you is a warlock or male witch here. This warlock or male witch, this person is a cold-blooded killer here. You seen this person kill somebody right in front of you, harm somebody right in front of you, murder somebody right in front of you. Whoever this warlock male witch is, he's got bodies, okay? This is the death card, but this is the cold-blooded killer death card here. Whoever this warlock male witch is, okay? He's a murderer. Okay, once again, we got a not today Satan card here. He's also, because of course he's a warlock, a male witch, he's into spell work. Okay, he does root work, he does witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, voodoo, hoodoo, hexes, curses, spells. Okay, any type of spells, any type of curses. Whoever this warlock male witch that is close to you hates you. This person worked against you. They set you up, they targeted you. Okay, they betrayed you, they sabotaged you, they were disloyal to you, and they took an insurance policy out on your life. Because I'm telling you, they've been trying to sacrifice you, they've been trying to kill you since you was a kid. To clarify human traffickers, we got the moon here. This speaks to criminal activity, this speaks to hidden things, this speaks to sneaky, freaky, creepy, low down and dirty things going on behind the scenes, behind closed doors, in darkness, at night. Okay, things that's kept in closets, things that's swept under rugs, things that's undercover here. Spirit say what's done in the dark. Okay, this speaks to witchery, rituals, secrets. Okay, this speaks to your past. Okay, dilemmas. This caused you sadness, this caused you to be overwhelmed, this caused you heartache, pain, injuries, bruises. Okay, it also speaks to decisions being made. One of these human traffickers was an air sign: Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. Okay, this falls right up under your daddy's side of the family. Birth mother betrayal, and you are being used for money. So you do the math. This air sign is a human trafficker. This air sign was working with some prominent people in power for money. Okay, involved in a lot of criminal activity for money. Running a trafficking operation, whether this be human trafficking, drug trafficking. I told you it's a multitude of different things. Okay, so you got the moon, the air sign, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, and the chariot here, which speaks of travel, transportation, trafficking. It even says trafficking right there on the card here. Okay, so whoever this air sign is was responsible, was a human trafficker, whether this person was either responsible for trafficking you, or just was involved in human trafficking. Okay, but it says human traffickers. When I clarify human traffickers, I got the moon, this air sign, and the chariot. Okay, so we're gonna keep it moving, guys. We got a lot of messages here. Okay, to clarify, you were adopted slash abducted. Okay, and you were never told. Here we have child, so this happened when you were a child. Okay, we have despair here. This has caused you to be in despair your entire life. You probably have dealt with some type of stress, depression, anxiety, multiple different mental conflicts that you have had to deal with as a result of this. Even if you can't remember everything that has happened to you, you have felt this trauma. You have felt like this has really hurt you. Okay, this is something that was done when you were a child. To clarify your mama's side of the family, we have mature woman here. There was an older woman who was responsible for accepting you. This person received sudden wealth for taking you in. Okay, this mature woman knew that you were trafficked. Okay, to clarify, you were being used for money here. So how I know you were used for sex, but even though this card tells you child sex trafficking and human trafficking, we have great fortune. They were paying great fortune for you. This how I know this wasn't no regular, everyday, average Joe, little nasty fucker on the street. These were wealthy people in power. They paid great fortune for you. Who did? Lovers. Great fortune in lovers. You were being sold as a child. Sex slave. To clarify, gifted and talented, you have some type of gift. You have multiple gifts, okay? There's 17, there's a number 17 on here. You could have 17 different gifts, okay? You could have 1 and 7 is 8. You could have 8 different specialized gifts that you came to this world with, okay? Or you could have 17 gifts, okay? But you have multiple gifts, okay? Spirit says success is doing ordinary things extraordinarily well, okay? You are very creative. You have a specialized ability, talent. You're an artist, okay? You have some type of skill, trade, or something that you do. You might do it now as a hobby or career if you remember these gifts and these talents, okay? Whoever you are, remember I said you're a content creator. You're already shining bright like a diamond. You're a superstar, okay? You were meant to be a superstar, and they know it. They stunted your growth. They have kept you hidden on purpose. They did not want you to succeed. This is the reason. They knew this from the moment you were a child. The people in power, the illuminated ones in power that see all, supposedly know all, the all-seeing eye, all knew this when you were a child, and they purposely stunted your growth. There's no reason you shouldn't be rich and famous right now. And some of you was born into wealth. How you love that? Spirit, when I clarified satanic sellout church member, gang stalkers, we have false persons. Didn't I tell you they was just as fake, phony, and fraudulent as they want to be? Didn't I tell you they liars, cheaters, deceivers, manipulators, con artists? Didn't I tell you they Decepticons? They're wearing a mask. They're not who they appear to be. Okay? And they sitting up in concern. They sitting up worried this entire time. You knew someone right about them all along. Spirit, all along. You probably ran away when you were younger. You knew as a child. You probably didn't have no idea how you would make it as a child. But you knew you had to get away from them. I don't know about y'all. When I was young, I'm telling you, I had 2 overwhelming feelings. And I literally remember when I was young going to other worlds. Okay? And seeing a lot of things, but there was 2 things like in this physical realm that I felt. Number 1, I knew my mother was not my mother. The woman who was said to be my mother, I wholeheartedly knew she was not my mother. And for some reason, I always felt like I had a twin, like there was another me. I always felt like that. Had no proof of such a thing, but I always felt that. Okay? These people are false person. They wearing a mask and they've been in concern all these damn years. That's why they was desperate to knock you off. They thought you'd be dead. They thought they could kill you by now, and they wanted to benefit off your death. Okay? I'm gonna tell y'all another telltale sign. If you can't remember any of this going on in your childhood, think back to when you became sexually active. Did you become sexually active early? Did you masturbate early? Y'all, there's certain things I kid y'all not, y'all. There are certain things that these satanic powers that be can program into you when you under mind control. Okay, they will turn you out on purpose, and you get turned out as a kid by women and men. I don't tell y'all this to brag, okay? But no little bitty kid, it shouldn't even be a thought in their mind. They shouldn't even think about it. Why? Because you're just watching cartoons and playing with toys. You don't even go to school till you're fucking 5. You understand what I'm saying? Y'all, when I was a little girl, I'm talking very, very young, I was attracted to full-grown women. Okay? I was attracted to full-grown women, and it's so strange because I remember to this day, I was so attracted to I'm talking about adult women. I didn't like little kids my age that I was when I was feeling like that. I grown women, y'all. That means that I had to been turned out by a woman at a very young age. That's learned behavior. You understand what I'm saying? That is learned behavior. You ever seen a little kid that curse? That's learned behavior. They done heard their parents curse. They done been around somebody that just cursed. They done heard it on TV, on the radio, somewhere. That's learned behavior. There is no reason when you 6 years old that you are attracted to full grown ass woman. And y'all, it was in my mind, not even like it was bad. You understand what I'm saying? Like, I remember to this day being attracted to full grown women, but had the feeling like I was told that it was okay. I had no thought in my mind then that if I was with a full grown woman that anything would be wrong with that. Y'all, I was masturbating when I was like 7, 8 years old. No kid is masturbating at 6, 7, 8 years old who has not been violated sexually. Okay, this is shown pornography. This is molested. This was either you seeing sex happening in front of you, somebody's touching you, somebody showed you how to do this, somebody told you. This is learned behavior. In a child's mind, look, a child's mind is like a sponge. They soak up whatever you tell them, whatever you teach them. Okay? A child doesn't know 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until you show them, hey, this is a 1. That's called 1. This is 2. This is 3. This is 4. This is 5. Hey, look up. That's right there. It's called the sky. That color is blue. They don't know that until you tell them. They don't know that they're a girl until you tell them that they're a girl. They don't know that they're a boy until you tell them that they're a boy. A kid's mind is like a sponge, and they soak up whatever they teach you. Majority of the shit that kids do, say, think, it's learned behavior. There's no reason. There is no reason. I guarantee you. You can take a child. This is a statistical fact. You can take a child who is brought up in a good home with 2 parents. Hell, it could be a single parent, but just a good home, raised right. Nobody's, they haven't seen anything inappropriate, heard anything inappropriate, nothing inappropriate has ever happened to them. This child would not even have such a thing in their mind to do anything sexually promiscuous or anything. And you take that same kid or take another one the same age and put one in a household where they've seen people having sex, or this has been shown to them on video, or they've seen a dirty magazine, or somebody been rubbing on them and touching them, or somebody been exposing themselves to them. It happens in multiple different ways, okay? And it's eased up on you when you a kid and this happens to you, okay? And it's done in a manner to make you feel like, oh, this feels good. It's okay. I wouldn't do anything to hurt you. That's called grooming. You ever seen an adult stand with a kid and somebody is asking this kid something, and this kid is talking about whatever they're talking about? It don't have to be anything serious. It don't have to be anything particular. But whatever the topic is, you ever see that adult get to stroking their hair, stroking their head, stroking their shoulders, rubbing that back? That is grooming. That is a child that is under mind control and has been coached to say something in particular. It's a simple way of grooming. And to the naked eye, to the person from the outside looking in, you just think, oh, this is a concerned, loving parent or adult that's with them, that cares about their feelings and what they're saying. No, this is a manner of that stroking reminds the child, this is my handler. I have to do what they say. I have to make sure I do the right thing, say the right thing. I have to act like how they taught me to. You understand? And I'm not telling y'all that shit because there's no shit to be proud of, okay? I told y'all one of these days, I'm a write out my testimony. I done wrote a lot of things. But when I write my book, baby, it's going to be to the likes of which that nobody's ever seen before. It's going to be a bestseller. Okay? And you ain't never seen it on Lifetime, not Showtime, HBO, or any other programming channel that you can have ever even seen. I don't even know if Netflix can pick this up. Okay? I'm trying to tell y'all what I know. I swear for the Lord, I am not lying to you. This is my real life. Why in hell? I don't get no glory by coming on here and telling y'all that I was attracted to full grown ass women. And I'm gonna tell y'all something else. I'm an 80s baby. Okay? In the 80s, the only women that they had glorified like glorified like that and beautified like that and made really beautiful and glamorous like that was white women. The black women that you see on TV a lot of times back then, they either had to play slaves, they had to play prostitutes, or they had to play maids. And they were always dressed down and made to look like they had nappy hair, or made to look like they were ghetto and they were ratchet, or they was ignorant and they was dumb and unsophisticated and uneducated. They made all the women, and I watched it. Okay? I watched it from when it went from the blonde hair to the blue eyes, to when the brunettes popped off, to the red heads popped off, to the brown heads popped off. I've watched it all. When you a loner, TV and music is your best friends, baby. That was the only time you ever seen me smile, ever seen me laugh. I was writing down full lyrics to songs and writing songs before songs even came out with the lyrics. I knew whole songs, whole scripts to shows and movies and everything. You would have thought I'd been casted in that thing. Word for word. I can still do it to this day. I ain't lying to you. I ain't got no reason to make it up. I'm trying to tell you what God loves. There is no reason. None whatsoever. Whatsoever. Y'all, for whatever reason, I would have rather been anywhere than been with that woman that they said was my mother. I knew in my heart that was not my mother. Y'all, I don't know how I had in my mind. I ran away from there multiple times. Away from her, just to be away from her. I wouldn't give a damn where I had to be. And I'd have been in many places. I'd have been in many places. But I'd rather been anywhere than to be with her. I knew that woman was not my mother. And she did malicious, evil, hateful things to me. And I ain't saying that for no sympathy, no empathy. I ain't dwelling on no past and no shit like that. Child, I'm over it, baby. I lived through it. I'm damn near 40. I don't care nothing about that. I don't lose no sleep about that. I don't cry about that. I ain't worried about that. I'm telling you the truth. And the only reason why I said that, y'all, because I was grown on my own at a very young age, baby. And talk about power. I'm going to tell you the power of two things. I was grown on my own at a very young age and wasn't nobody even looking for me. Not because they didn't know where I was going and know where I was at. I told you I've been shit. They knew exactly where I was at. They watched me the whole time. It's about power. And I'm going to tell you something else. I had no idea how I was gonna survive, y'all. I was so mature at a young age. I just knew how to survive. And I look at younger people now, like when I look at my daughter, right, look at my daughter's age right now, y'all. Well, she's 14 now. I came out when I was 12, 13 as lesbian. It's liking women. I came out as liking women. And I never forget the day. I never forget the day how it happened. Was staying with my Scorpio auntie. Scorpios and always betrayed me, bro. Loved them the most, but they always betrayed me. I never forget how it came out. My Scorpio auntie, I never forget. We were getting dressed, getting ready for the day to get ready to go. And I had to go in her room to get something. She was standing in front of the TV ironing. And Jerry Springer was on. And there was two girls on there kissing. Y'all know how them Jerry Springer shows be. And I end up, when I walked by, I ended up looking at it. But I didn't want my aunt to catch me looking at it too long, so I end up saying, you know how people, when they really fuss something, they try to downplay it. Like, you ever had that friend that play pretend like they straight, but they really curious? You know, you the gay friend, the lesbian friend, and you got a friend girl that's always asking you them weird questions. Oh, I just don't know how y'all do that, girl. I just don't know what y'all do though. But she really back here, so she really wants you to show her type of shit, you know. So it was one of them type of things. So I seen, I'm like, ugh, that's nasty. And my Scorpio auntie, she ended up saying, Tiffany, you know it's okay if you like girls. And I came out right then. I told my auntie, I didn't give a damn who knew. The only thing I asked of her, I said, please don't tell my grandma. And this was my grandma on my supposed mama's side, okay? That woman, I just didn't want to let her down. You understand what I'm saying? I did not want to let her down. Please don't tell me. I'd be damned if she didn't tell my grandma. And when you get that talk from your grandma, when she called you in her room, you got to sit on the edge of that bed, baby. This is a talk, okay? But she didn't yell at me. I didn't get in trouble. I didn't get a beating from her, nothing like that. I've only taken beatings from one person, and that was my supposed mother. Now ask yourself that. Not one other person I've ever taken a beating from. Never. I was never a problem for anybody except for her. Let her tell it. But I really wasn't a problem for her. That was she was trained to do that. That was what she was part of what she was paid to do for the satanic ritual abuse, was to abuse me. I never took a beating from nobody else. I kid you not. Most people got their ass beat by their grandmothers, okay? I never took a lick from them. One of my girls, they never beat me. I done seen them beat plenty of other ass, okay? They ain't nothing to play with, okay? But I never took a beating because I wasn't a problem for nobody. I was trained at a very early age as a baby, okay? I came up in a time when grown folks was talking, you didn't talk. You was seen and you was not heard. You understand what I'm saying? And you wasn't doing nothing you had no business doing. You told her to sit down, you sat down. You understand what I'm saying? You spake when you was being spoken to. You understand what I'm saying? This is how I came up. Type of thing. But anyway, guys, I say all that to say, so she ended up telling her, so I didn't get in trouble by my grandma or anything, but you know, she give you that talk, you know what the Bible say, you know right from wrong, I'ma love you anyway, you know, that was the only talk I got, or whatever. But my auntie, my Scorpion auntie, she straight up betrayed me. I done loved Scorpios the most, been the bestest friends to them, loved them the most, ride or die for them, and they betrayed me. They all sellouts, they all betrayers. But yeah, before I knew it, everybody in the damn family had them ran over to the house. Oh, you okay? You came out again. It was like it was a world finale or something. It was like they were waiting on the breaking point. It been different things like that that happened into my life that it was like milestones. They was waiting till it happened type of shit. But anyway, I said all that to say, y'all. And so even when I was young at an early age, I just had the mind frame like. And the older I got, even though I went through shit when I was younger, I can tell y'all, even being on my own early on the street, y'all ain't never been pimped out, sold out, turned out, okay, on nobody whole stroll, stripper pole, or no shit like that. You understand what I'm saying? And I was young, bruh, on the street. We talking about 15, 16 years old. You understand? I was still going to school. Even the times when I would run away, I was so stupid, y'all. I was the one, you know how most people skip school, run away, they get caught at the mall, caught somewhere behind a bit of smoking cigarettes and drinking, doing stupid shit. Y'all know how I got caught. My dumb ass was still trying to get an education. I went to school. They come to the damn school with smooth family. You see the officers coming down the damn class, find me in class, calling the class, and go to the counselor's office. I ain't got no problem. I still trying to get my education, bitch. I still went to school. Okay? This is my life. I'm telling true story, y'all. True story. For some reason, I knew how to make it, okay? But I had common sense, okay? So I knew, being as young as I was, I didn't have a job. I didn't have a car. I wasn't working. So, I knew that I had to date people way older than myself who was more established, than I was, until I could get up on my feet like that. So that's what I did. So that's how I started off, dating people way, way older than myself. Like when I was 16, the first person I was in a relationship with was 31. Okay, and I would never call that person out for being a predator or something awful or evil or anything like that or whatever, because of course when you that young, you cover up your age. But y'all, I started clubbing when I was 16 years old. By the time I was 21, I was tired of clubbing. I was getting clubs that you had to be either 18 or 21 to get into. I was that mature. I was getting in clubs. Okay, now it blew my mind when I first started going to clubs. You know why? Because the first time I went to the gay club, half of the gay club, first of all, about 60% of the gay club were black people. This blew my damn mind. Okay? Then half of the gay club was like students from my school. I'm like, you gay too, you gay too, you gay too. And then the other half was faculty from my school. Or either other people that you grew up in the neighborhood that you knew your parents, your grandparents and different shit like that. And be like, you guys, you know what I'm saying? Blew my mind. It was like a light bulb moment. Went off in my damn head, y'all. And I'm telling you, real talk, true story. True story, baby. I was growing on my own, and you have to be 18 years old. You're supposed to legally be 18 years old to get on house. Them people knew that I was young. I think I got accepted for housing like a year early. I had my own apartment at 17. Actually, before that, but I had on housing when I was like 17, before I even turned 18. Okay. So and they was watching me. They was tracking me the entire time, which is why I believe they would allow it to happen. I don't really think that it would been done for anybody, but the fact that I'm chipped and they was tracking me anyway, and housing and any damn thing that's government subsidized or anything like that, they track and trace all that shit. You know what I'm saying? So it was just another way for them to know exactly where I was at and how to keep up with me and different things like that. But I'm telling y'all all these things for a reason, because I want you to remember certain little things that you just think was insignificant nothings that was a part of your life that you looked over at the time, that all connects like dots and means something. Okay, that's the reason why I'm explaining these things to you. When I tell y'all about these different things in my life, it's not for no sympathy and empathy because I'm, having some pity party and wallowing in the past or anything like that. It's just good when you talking to somebody who has been through something, if you have experienced that, and be, to comfort another person to say, hey, I know how you feel. I've been there. This is what I've been through. Okay, to let a person know, hey, you're not the only one who has gone through. Let me tell you what I've been through. Okay, you've probably been through something simpler. Okay, it's all a part of the healing process. Healing and helping and uplifting another, teaching and guiding and awakening another. You understand what I'm saying? So this is why I'm telling y'all these things. Okay, now to clarify, birth mother betrayal. I believe this came out because your birth mother was betrayed. Remember, I told you this is something that has been kept secret from you, but your mother was killed. Okay, there was a death that occurred of your real mother, your birth mother here. Okay, I also feel like she may have had some type of she either was a high priestess or she has some type of ties or connections to maybe the powers that be, or at least, or authority or something like that, or whatever. Or this could just speaks to your mother being betrayed in her death, being so top secret and classified that this was a hit that was made or was ordered by the powers that be, by authority, by elite. Okay, because we have expectation here. She set an expectation waiting. She knew something was going to happen. This is a 10. 2 and 8 is 10. Okay, 10s are endings and completions. Okay, Um, she set an expectation. She knew something was about to happen. Okay? Coffin here, death. She knew they was coming to kill her. Once again, what is this? 19? 1 and 9 is 10. You got 2 10s here. You got a woman sitting in expectation, know that they coming to kill her. And you got a 1 and a 9, which is another 10. That's 10 10. Huh? 10 10. Those are 11s. 1 and 1. 2. 11. Okay? She set an expectation. Waiting. She knew some type of secret information, secret knowledge here, occultic knowledge here, okay? Because like I told you, you were being used for money and sold for money, for sex and different things well before this woman died. This woman set an expectation, waiting. She knew that they was coming. We got the death card here that sits with coffin. She knew that they was going to betray her. She knew that they was going to kill her. Okay? To clarify, they put a hit out on you to have you killed to cover their tracks. We have wealthy man here, okay? So we're talking about, I told you, these are wealthy persons in power, very elite, wealthy persons high up in power here, okay? We also had marriage that came out with this, okay? So this is a wealthy man who is married here, okay? They put a hit out on you to have you killed to cover their tracks for pimping you out, okay? Now, I seen some other things, okay, when I was pulling these cards. I kept on seeing something about a star. Somebody, either your parents, somebody came from wealth. Somebody has a parent, like somebody was a star, or like they were in the industry in some type of way. I believe music or acting or something, but they were star in some type of way. They had some type of talent, skill, or ability. Your parents did. Your birth parents. Okay? But your birth mother was betrayed here, okay? I'm going to see if that information comes back out again. To clarify, they're dangerous. With the witchy twitchy card here, we have official persons. So now we're talking about elite official persons in power, okay? Wealthy men, official persons high up in power. Spirit is saying that they're dangerous, okay? We have message of concern here. Remember, we had concern that came out up here with these satanic sellout church member gang stalkers here, okay? These official persons got some type of message of concern, okay, about something, pertaining to something, as it relates to you here, okay? But they put a hit out on you to have you killed to cover their tracks here, okay? To clarify, your daddy's side of the family here, we got main male, okay? And we have unexpected income here. So this main male on your daddy's side of the family, this could be your father, this could be someone else, was paid some type of unexpected income here. Now, I feel like this could be your real father. Or if the father that you believe your father is not your father, then this may be the other person here, okay? Because on your mother's side here, this woman here, this is a mature woman, okay? And you got to think back to how old you are right now, and how old your supposed mother would have been when she had you. For this to be a mature woman, this would have had to be a grandparent who got this money for you, okay? You were abducted, you were trafficked, okay? You were given to this mature woman here who was paid sudden wealth from taking you in. But this would have been somebody who was said to be your grandmother, who was told was your grandmother. She forced her daughter to raise you as her child. You was told that this mature woman was your grandmother. You was told that this mature woman's daughter was your mama. But they're not. You're not related to them. You understand what I'm saying? Okay? Let's keep it going, because we got a lot of information to cover. To clarify satanic ritual abuse, we have family room. You see how this family room is empty here? They betrayed you. They neglected you, okay? They knew you were under mind control. They knew that you was under government experimentation. They were abusing you on purpose here, okay? You had family, but you didn't have family, okay? This family that you ended up with, the supposed family that's not your family, that's the reason why that family room is empty there. They allowed you to be in prison. They allowed you to be satanically, ritualistically abused here, okay? They allowed you to have to endure hard labor, hard work, sex trap, different things here, okay? And they purposely kept you in poverty. Remember, I told you they never, even if you had some type of talent, skill, or ability growing up, they always turned a blind eye, or, you know, act like you was nothing. Nobody ever taught you anything that was on purpose. Nobody ever praised you for anything, good job, or supported you or anything. That's because they purposely wanted to keep you in poverty. They always made you feel like you wasn't good enough. I'm telling you, they even did things to stunt your growth here. You was probably really, really smart at one point in time. And then they did mind control and shit on you and made it seem like you had learning disabilities or something when you was like genius level smart at one point in time. But they did that on purpose because they did not want you to succeed. They did not want you to become, you know, get in the industry, become an artist, and get rich and famous and different things like that, okay? Because they knew the power that you held, okay? And they purposely diluted it. They purposely stunted your growth on purpose to keep you from succeeding here, okay? To clarify, somebody close to you is a warlock, male witch here. We have a mature man here. Okay, we also have a privileged lady here. So this could have been a couple that was together here, and we have change here. Something brought about some type of change with this mature man and this privileged lady here, okay? This mature man is this person who I told you is a cold-blooded killer here, who was doing witchcraft, sorcery, black magic, voodoo on you here, who was a warlock, who's a male witch here. These people hated you, okay? They sabotaged you, ruined you, betrayed you, okay? Was disloyal to you, okay? And did multiple different things to hurt you, okay? But they took out some type of insurance policy on you, okay? To clarify human traffickers, we have Journey here, which talks about trafficking, traveling, okay? We also have Thief here, which talk about stealing of children. You see that child there that's being abducted, okay? And this is what these human traffickers did as an occupation here, okay? Running this human sex trafficking operation for these powers that be. Okay, guys? Also, real quick, let me show y'all something else that we have over here. Okay, this came out as well, and I just had to sit it to the side because we got a lot of messages here. Okay, guys, so we also had therapists, and they're spreading lies here. Okay, you were sent to see a therapist when you were very young, and this therapist was paid to drug you, to dilute you, to keep you under mind control and lie, okay, about diagnosis, false diagnoses and different things, okay, on you. Whoever this therapist was that was paid by the satanic powers that be, spirits say is a mature woman, or excuse me, a main female, okay. We have here, your life is a movie, the Truman Show here. Okay, Spirit is saying that your entire life is set up, it's staged events. Your entire life is a lie. The ops and the sellouts around you are around you. Your life is a psy-up. If you've never seen the Truman Show, go and watch that movie here. Okay, this therapist is a part of this lie news. This therapist was a part of brainwashing you and having you under mind control. We got partners in crime. This therapist is partners in crime with the satanic powers that be, that was in on the plots, the plans, the schemes, okay, and the deception, okay, to keep you under mind control, to keep you brainwashed here, okay? This therapist knows about this criminal activities, these secrets, these hidden things, what was done in the dark, okay? The abuse that you endured, what was done to you, what happened to you here in the past here, okay? There's also something with stolen identity. Your identity was stolen because of this criminal activity, because of this setup, because of this fraud, okay? Because they was trying to sacrifice you and replace you, okay? Because of insurance scams as well here, okay? Your entire identity is a lie, okay? And this therapist that they sent you to, this therapist was paid by the satanic powers that be to lie about this, to keep you drugged, to keep you under mind control and different things. This has been weighing heavy on this therapist's mind. They can't stop thinking about this. They can't get you off their mind. They can't stop thinking about this, okay? And they also had certain conversations with other people about this, okay? But I told you the satanic powers that be gave them some type of protection and also paid them some type of unexpected fortune to stay quiet about this, okay? Okay, guys. So let's get into these other messages real quick, guys. We got a lot to cover. Okay, so to clarify, you were adopted / abducted as a child here. So we have child and we have fortune here. You were sold for a lot of money, okay, as a child. Spirit is saying. To clarify your mama's side of the family, there's a doctor who is very significant, who you had to go to, or who was doing certain type of shit to you, who chipped you, who was brainwashing you, who was abusing you. A multitude of things could have been going on, okay? But you was taken to this doctor by this mature woman, okay? This could be where they got you from, okay? Once you were trafficked in different things, they went and picked you up from this doctor, okay? There was a multitude of different things that was going on. Spirit is saying that you were being used for money by these pleasure seekers here. People who do things for their enjoyment, for their amusement, for their own ill wills, for their own liking, for their own low down dirty doings, for their own desires here. Spirit is saying that you are gifted and talented. You were born with specific gifts, several gifts, okay? And you were used as a servant, okay? You were used to perform duties. You were used as a sex slave. You was used in multiple different ways here. Okay, to clarify, satanic sellouts, church member, gang stalkers here, they all know that you were trafficked. Okay, with this merchant card here, they are all sellouts to the satanic powers that be. They all know that you were trafficked. Okay, they all know what happened to you. They're false persons. They're wearing a mask, and that's the reason why they've been sitting concerned about this for years upon years. Okay, to clarify, birth mother betrayal, we got death here. Your birth mother was murdered. Okay, to clarify, they put a hit out on you to have you killed. We got Lord here. This is somebody in power, somebody in authority, somebody of influence, somebody who's a master or ruler or something, a very wealthy, prominent persons in power. To clarify, they're dangerous. We have the enemy here. Spirit is saying that these official persons are the enemy. Okay, to clarify, your daddy's side of the family, they was working for someone, doing a job for someone for money. Okay, I told you this main male was paid some type of unexpected income on your daddy's side of the family here. And we had the Three of Swords and the Devil that came out with this here. But this main male was working for somebody in power here. They're all sellouts over there on your daddy's side. All these people are sellouts, okay? But this main male was doing some type of work for the satanic powers that be. Was working for someone, helping someone, doing some work for someone that they was paid for, okay? To clarify satanic ritual abuse, there was a priest or a pastor who was involved in your satanic ritual abuse and abusing you. There was an old woman who was a part of your satanic ritual abuse and abusing you. There was a soldier, somebody who was in the military, who was a part of your satanic ritual abuse and abusing you, okay? With these soldiers, this could be the military in general, especially with you being chipped, with you being programmed, with you being under mind control, okay? There was some type of government experimentation that was done on you, so you was in some type of governmental facilities at some point in time while you was being programmed and different things was happening to you, okay? We also have foes here, okay? So enemy, or people who are your enemies, people who are your opponents, your ops, okay? Who was involved in your satanic ritual abuse, okay? That happened to you. Okay, and this fire sign allowed this shit, knew this shit was going on and allowed this shit to happen. Okay, Spirit, to clarify, somebody close to you is a warlock male witch. We have a scholar here. Whoever this warlock male witch, that mature man, he's somebody who has he's a specialist in a particular field of study. He could be into academics. He's very knowledgeable. He's very educated. He has some type of degree. Okay. This person hurt you severely. Okay, him and his wife. And I want y'all to look real closely here. You see this kid? Look at this. I'm gonna show y'all how this came out and how these cards be working. Okay, it came out like this. Actually, it was this one, and then this one. The scholar, excuse me, came out first. Okay, but look at this. Okay, do you see? This is a window here. You may think it's a painting, but it's a window. Do you see the water? Do you see that boat? This child was trafficked. You see how she got one shoe on, one shoe off? Okay. First of all, the beginning of shoe is shh. Okay. You take the S off of shoe, you got hoe. Okay. This is a child sex slave. Okay. That's the reason why this red cloth is draped behind that. Okay. You see how she's got this note in her hand? You see how this baby is pointing? This child was sex trafficked. Okay? This scholar and his wife with this hope card here. You see hope? This child was abused. Was physically, mentally, emotionally, possibly sexually abused. But you see the blindfold on this child's eyes? You can see those eyes, this person's eyes up under that blindfold. You seen something while you was with this warlock and this witch here. Okay. To clarify human traffickers, we have thief once again. Okay. So they were working for the powers that be to abduct children here for money and to traffic them with journey here. Once again, you see the water back there. You were being trafficked here. Some of you may have been trafficked from across seas. You may come from a specific island or something, or a specific bloodline or something, and don't even know it. Okay? But that's not going to be for everybody. It's going to be for a particular person, specific persons. Okay? Once again, we got the Six of Swords. Okay? And as you can see, on this boat being shipped, traveling. And we also have the Chariot, which speaks to trafficking. Okay. Also, the Chariot oftentimes gets seen as authority figures or persons in power or authority. You could have been being trafficked by somebody in power, somebody in authority. Okay. But you see the child and the fortune here. A lot of money was paid for you. Okay. There's a fire sign. Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo, who received compensation for taking you in or raising you or for this person. This is the person who is supposed to be your mother. This fire sign, this Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo. She was paid. She was given a certain type of job or position or title or role. Like she got some type of advancement or something with a certain job that she wouldn't have got otherwise. Okay. She was given money. Okay. But this mature woman is her mother. She the one that got set in wealth. But she got a little money for going along with you being her child. Okay, we got the Three of Cups here on you were being used for money, which lets you know that a group of individuals were using you for money. You were pimped out to these individuals for money, as well as several individuals was a part of pimping you out. Okay. To clarify gifted and talented here, we have Hierophant and High Priest came out on you. You are somebody who is very powerful, very knowledgeable. You have a lot of skill. This is the reason why these people knew this about you as a child. This is the reason why they were adamant about not wanting you to get successful, for you to be rich, for you to be famous. Okay, you would have been powerful and highly knowledgeable, highly psychic. You hold secret knowledge, you hold secret information. With this Hierophant coupled with this High Priestess here, you would have been a powerful visionary, revolutionary. And the satanic powers that be did not want that. This is the reason why they did this to you. Okay? And your birth mother might have had this in her too. Because remember, the High Priestess came out on your birth mother who was killed. Okay? Whoever you are highly intuitive, you are naturally empathic, you are naturally psychic, you have a lot of talent, skills, and abilities. You are a natural born leader. You came to this world with a multitude of gifts and talents. Spirit say you are gifted and talented from the Most High. The satanic, the illuminated ones amongst us powers that be, they knew this about you as a child. This is the reason why you was chipped. This is the reason why you was programmed. This is the reason why you was put under mind control. This is the reason why they've been watching you your entire life. Whoever you are, remember that card that came out with the therapist that said your life is a movie? I don't know about y'all. Y'all probably think I'm crazy by saying this, but I'm telling you, I'm not. Songs have been made about me. Movies have been made about me. Predictive programming have been made about me. I told you a long time ago, I can foresee things well before it happened. Inventions, talents, skills. I can see things in my mind that physically I cannot do, but I can explain it well enough for persons who can do it. I'm talking about masterpieces, okay? From music to choreography to all kinds of things, especially if it has to do with artistry. Okay? These people have been, a lot of shit that they're doing to this day, have been manipulating my mind since I was a kid to do so. I can watch things that I have never watched before and tell you and say things before they get said. Tell you what's coming next before it gets done. You ever been listening to something? I'm going to tell you one thing to know: if you are chipped, if you are programmed, if you were ever chipped, if you were ever programmed, if you ever went through any type of government experimentation, okay? I see it happen all the time. You ever hear people talking, and you can listen to certain things, and you know how people talk, like when a person is talking to you, they are fluently talking to you, okay? And it's back to back to back to back to back, and it's just flowing, and it's just come out. You understand what I'm saying? But you ever hear somebody talking and they pause? You know how you ever heard a person say, "Stop ear hustling"? Somebody who listening real close to hear somebody saying something that might be in another room or something like that, and somebody be like, "Stop ear hustling." Where the people, there's something that they do with their eyes. It's like they listen with their eyes. When they pause and stop talking like that, if you can see their face, the gang stalkers and different things do it a lot. It's almost like ear hustling, but they do it with their eyes, okay? And they're listening for telepathic messages that's being sent to them. They're listening for certain messages, okay? If you have this type of power, the Hierophant with the High Priestess, you can communicate with anybody telepathically or other. I'm telling you, got major skill and ability, and the industry as well as the government has been using it and making billions or trillions of dollars off of it your entire life, technically off of your mind and your artistry, something that technically you could do and be a star for yourself, all on your own, without any formal training, without any of their degrees, without their education layout or plan or anything. And this is what drives these people up the wall, and this is why they have tried to keep you hidden, tried to keep people like me hidden our entire lives. This is the reason why a judgment, a decision was made to do to you what was done to you. They never wanted you to find out. They thought you was going to be under mind control forever. They thought that they would have ushered in their Antichrist by now. They thought that they would have reached the New World Order before you ever woke up. You might be just like me and woke up too early on them. And they've been scattering and scraping it ever since. But this is the reason why the judgments and decisions was made back when you was a child. See, this skill right here, you have naturally. You understand? This hierophant, this high priestess, your gifts, your talent, your skill, you were born with. You have naturally. I'm not telling you it's not other people in power who aren't geniuses. I'm not telling you there's other people in power who aren't smart. I'm not telling you there's other people in power who aren't illuminated or enlightened or have certain powers and talents and skills and abilities, but all of them, they had to learn it. It was taught. You just have it because you was born with it. You understand what I'm saying? We have the Two of Swords here. This is on birth mother betrayal. Somebody went to the crossroads. Somebody made a deal with the devil. Somebody made the ultimate decision to kill your birth mother. Okay? To clarify, they put a hit out on you to have you killed here. We have the King of Swords, Aquarius, Libra, Gemini here. With the Ace of Coins here. This Aquarius, Libra, Gemini put a hit out on you to have you killed here. Him and his wife or this marriage that he's in here for this large lump sum of money here. Okay? To clarify, they're dangerous. We have another king, a King of Coins here, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo. King of Pentacles here with the Emperor. Now, the Emperor is somebody who is grounded, stable, and secure. The Emperor is somebody who holds structure, organization, okay? Power. The Emperor is also a father or a father figure here. This Emperor came out with the King of Pentacles. Is it that, in fact, this King of Pentacles is probably your real father? This Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo is probably your real father. So that means that the mother and the father that you think is your mother and father, neither one of them are your real mother and father. Your birth mother was murdered, and your real father, this could be saying that your real father is this earth sign, Capricorn, Taurus, or Virgo here, okay? Because when I clarify your daddy's side of the family, we got the Ten of Swords, ultimate betrayal here. There was some type of ultimate betrayal here. But whoever is on your father's side, who you think your father is this main male who received this unexpected income because they was working for somebody in power here, okay? Because they was chained to the devil here. But there was something, this Three of Swords, something caused some type of disappointment or misery or sadness or loss or heartache or heartbreak type of situation. There was ultimate betrayal here. Something popped off. Something went on. Okay? To clarify. Hold on, guys. Okay. To clarify, satanic ritual abuse, we had a Nine of Swords here. They wanted to keep you in mental conflict, stress, depressed. So this is, can you imagine a group of people purposely trying to make someone mentally ill? That is this. This is what satanic ritual abuse do. This is what shattering the brain does. Mental conflict, being hunted and taunted and harassed, being stalked, being targeted, being abused, stress, depression, anxiety caused on you on purpose and then flipped on you and make and this is equivalent to people trying to make you to believe that you crazy when you ain't. When they abused you your whole life. In turn, they tell you crazy. Why they continue to try to dope you up. This is what your satanic powers that be is doing. This is what every one of these sons of bitches that sell out for money, for materialism, for temporary comforts is doing to children every single day. This just didn't happen to me. This just didn't happen to you. This had happened to hundreds of thousands of millions of other children. And ain't nobody saying or doing a damn thing about it. How would you like to be made to believe that you crazy when you ain't? Everybody that speak the truth, they say they crazy. Everybody that speaks out to what has been done to them or what they have endured, they call you crazy. And the only cure that they got for anything is really not a cure, because they ain't got nothing but some drugs to mask the problem, to cover up the problem, to manipulate and trick your mind into believing that the problem no longer exists while you walk around like a zombie, drugged up and under mind control. To clarify, somebody close to you is a warlock, a male witch. We have the Two of Cups here. They was in some type of partnership. This relation, they were a couple here, but these could be partners here. They were in some type of partnership, teamed up together, working together to hurt you, to harm you in the ways that they did, to satanically, ritualistically abuse you. They was for all the shits. To clarify, human traffickers, there was some type of, we got competition here. There was some type of competition over you. Some type of conflict, some type of fight or something that broke out when this trafficking situation went down. And you ended up getting injured. You ended up getting hurt with the Four of Swords here. The Five of Wands, Four of Swords here. And it brought something to an end. When you got injured the way you did, when you got hurt, they thought you was dead. But I feel like you so powered, you so skilled that you must have woke back up on their ass. But it brought the operation to an end. There was completion of a cycle. Something came to an end for something new to begin here. Okay? Because by now, the truth and the clarity as to what was going on, as to what was being done, the fact that you were being trafficked was out. Okay? But there was some type of altercation. There was some type of competition. There was some kind of fight. When the human traffickers got there to get you, to transport you, there was something about money or something that took place. But you ended up being the one that got injured or got hurt, or the persons. Look, y'all, because look, whatever this conflict and this competition that went on, it caused this tower to collapse. This is when you got injured. This is when you got hurt. Whatever happened, you might end up getting tossed overboard or something. There's a lot of significance to water. You either a water sign, or you was tossed in some water, or you was drowned multiple times, but they thought you was dead, but you was injured. You could have been unconscious for a while. The Four of Swords is clarified by the devil here. These individuals chained to the devil. You could have been abused so severely that they thought that they killed you, and so they tossed you overboard after raping you. Something happened though. There was some type of competition. There was some type of conflict or something over you, and you ended up getting injured and getting tossed overboard or something into some type of water. Nevertheless, with this world here, it caused a completion of something. It caused something to come to an end, because you was going to continue to be trafficked. Somebody, a higher bidder had paid for you. A lot of money had paid for you, and you was on your way to them, I believe. But this situation brought this situation to the end because they thought you was dead here. This gave them the motivation and determination to move forward here. Okay? Because they thought something came to an end here. We got the Eight of Swords here. Okay? You was stuck. You was restricted. You was unable to move. You see this person? Blindfolded. Tied up. Okay? You see how she in this water? The truth and the clarity came out. Some type of truth and clarity came out. These individuals was all, remember them Three of Cups? That's up here and say you were being used for money. These same persons, these same three Okay? This is 3 or more people who was involved in the setup to pimp you out, to sell you for money. This also talks about multiple persons being involved and what happened to you and was paid. From people that you was paid, that was trafficking you, to people that you was pimped out to the people that you ultimately ended up with that ain't your family. They were paid. From the doctors to the therapists to those who satanically, ritualistically abused you. Man, they had preachers and teachers and soldiers and old folks and all kind of people satanically, ritualistically abusing you. Bro, I can't even make it up. I can't even make it up. Why? Why? Whoever you are a star. You was destined and you was born to be a star. And you shine brightly. There's something about you. There's something about you. Okay? And didn't I tell you that that therapist took a bribe, received an offer, and received some type of protection and unexpected income for this whole operation to stay quiet about this? Because of what they did to you. With Your Life is a Movie here, Truman Show, Partners in Crime, The Moon here, which talks about secret dealing, secret goings on, secret decisions being made, and stolen identity. What happened to you? Y'all, I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you what went on. I'm trying to tell you what went down. I'm trying to tell you what happened here. Spirits say, research similar crimes, okay, that happened to you and see if they are linked. How many times I got to tell y'all how many children come up missing every year? Huh? To clarify your mama's side of the family, spirits say, take a closer look at the suspect. You see all these people involved? You see this T here? Your name might begin with T that this happened to. There's a lot of people involved. Spirits say, take a closer look at the suspects. They sit here on your mama's side of the family. Your fake ass family. Yeah. To clarify, you're being used for money here. We have here, there was a motive for committing a crime. You see all these money bags? You see this person here getting all these money bags of money? Huh? There's a motive for committing a crime here. I told you, I'm telling you, somebody somewhere, some nasty sick fuck was either recording you when you was a kid, or you was in some type of movie, some type of program, some type of something. Somebody's got some recordings of you. This could be sexual activities, this could be like pornography, or this could be something else, because they was using you for multiple different things here. But to clarify, gifted and talented, we have surveillance cameras can provide important clues. Somebody got tapes of you of when you were a kid, of your gifts and your talents and different things that they was doing to you. To clarify, these satanic sellout church member gang stalkers, money was involved. They sell their soul for money, don't they? They made the judgment, they made decision, they false ass person ass. They took that money though, and it's a lot of them involved. To clarify, birth mother betrayal, spirits say premeditated murder was what killed your mother, what caused her death. Spirits say the killer planned out the details in advance. Didn't I tell you your mother was murdered? Didn't I tell you your mother was murdered? Whoever your real mother is, her first name might begins with P. Don't have to be. I'm just looking to see what's here. Okay? On surveillance cameras here may provide important clues about you. And we got an S here. These could be sex crimes that was done to you. Somebody in power got them sex tapes of you. To clarify, they put a hit out on you to have you killed to cover their tracks. We got the lies, deceptions, and a potential cover-up. Lies, deception, potential cover-up. Wealthy, prominent people in power want to cover their own ass and what they was a part of and what they did to you. Okay? So they put a hit out on you to have you killed to cover their own damn lies, their own damn deception. And they covered up the whole situation. To clarify, they dangerous. Once again, spirits say multiple people are involved in the crime. Look at all these people. Look at all these people up here. Look at all these people right here. Look at all these people. To clarify, your daddy's side of the family here, this crime may be solved by DNA testing or other specific methods here. Okay? That was betrayal. Okay? I feel like with that DNA testing will solve this real fucking quick to prove that your supposed mother and your damn father is not your parents. Because you was abducted. And your real mother was murdered. Or some type of DNA testing can prove everything that I'm telling you. To clarify, satanic ritual abuse is a whole lot of people who know how you was abused. Okay? But spirits say witnesses may fear coming forward with valuable information. They've been told to stay quiet. They've been threatened by the satanic powers that be, and been paid to shut up, not say nothing. And they scared for their life. But they know that you were satanically, ritualistically abused. They know what was done to you here. This person who's a warlock, these witches that was around you, that was abusing you. And I tell you, this couple here, they hurt you. They was partners in crime here. They hurt you. They was drugging you. They was drugging you, and they was doing things to you. That's what spirits say. Spirits say drugs may be an important factor. Yeah. To clarify, human trafficking, spirits say illegal activities play a role. Something happened to you while you see how that man kicked you and you fell. This a cliff here, but at the bottom of that cliff it's got to be water. Most cliffs have water at the bottom of it, or it could be ground. But I'm telling you, there's significance to water with this situation here. But there was illegal human trafficking in itself is a legal activity. You understand what I'm saying? Okay. So to clarify, this therapist who lied for the satanic powers that be, spirits say a witness may not be fully disclosing all of the facts. Of course not. She was paid off by the satanic powers that be. She ain't gonna say nothing. She ain't gonna say nothing. She ain't gonna say nothing. You were abducted, okay, for a material harvest. Mother side of the family, they trapped in fear because they sell out to the satanic powers that be. You were used for money and you suffered in silence while you were being pimped out and sold and passed around and used for money. Okay? Gifted and talented. Accelerated motion. You see that star up there that's shining bright? See, they knew it when you was a child. These satanic sellout church member gang stalkers, temptation. They was tempted by that money. The truth and the clarity came out about your mama and what was going on with you and what was being done to you here. Some type of truth or clarity. You're going to get some type of truth about your real mother and this birth mother betrayal that took place here. The satanic powers that be, that put a hit out on you to have you killed to cover their track. They were trying to sacrifice you. Sacrifice you. They was trying to sacrifice you. And you see this person here, you see that water, there's water down there. I'm telling you, there's significance to water. Significance to water. Okay? Significance to water. To clarify, they're dangerous. We got power here. You see the shapeshifter here? Half man, half beast shapeshifter. Here, in power. Clarify your daddy side of the family. There was conflict and defeat. I'm telling you, something popped out. Something happened. Conflict and defeat. To clarify satanic ritual abuse, we have deception and envy. To clarify somebody close to you is a warlock male witch, we have disruption. You see all these different blocks here. You see how they shattered your mind? They was the ones that were programmed you, put you under this mind control and did different shit to you to torment you and this shit. They caused disruption on purpose. They drugged you and they did all kinds of shit to you. That's what they do. Okay? To clarify human sex trafficking, we got authority. Human trafficking. Authority. Power. People in authority, people in power was running this whole operation. Know about this entire thing that I'm telling you. Whoever this therapist was went through some type of emotional withdrawal. You see how this person is sitting down there by that water? I'm telling you, there's a significance to water, man. There's a significance to water. Emotional withdrawal. But this person was paid off and was given some type of protection to stay quiet. Was paid off and given some type of protection. Okay, y'all, real quick, let's wrap this up. Let's wrap this up. Okay? We got baby blues, newborn. Or you were abducted or adopted, brokenhearted. Okay? Your mama's side of the family, someone's plotting against you. Okay? This how I know you was trafficked, baby. Okay? You were being used for money. You was flying first class. Up in the sky, baby. Flying high in the sky. First class. Who you know got private planes or any type of planes where you can fly on, baby? Huh? For what? A bankroll. Didn't I tell you they was recording you? Gifted and talented. We got lights, camera, action. There is tapes of you as a child. This is child porn or something. Somebody in power got them fucking tapes, bro. Or either you doing some type of something artistically, or using your skill or your ability or your psychic ability, or telling them something or something. They got the shit on camera. Even you being abused, sexually abused and shit, somebody got it on camera, got them tapes hit. I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. To clarify, satanic sellout church member, gang stalkers, we got fake family here. This your fake family. Who these satanic church members, or satanic sellout church members, who you been your gang stalkers. Yeah. Yeah. But they holier than thou ass. They saved, sanctified, and delivered ass. Yeah. Okay? To clarify, birth mother betrayal, we got you can't trust nobody. I feel like this your birth mother coming back from the dead to tell you can't trust nobody. Your mama couldn't trust nobody because they betrayed her, they killed her. She was expecting it. She knew it. She was sitting in expectation, waiting on it. She knew they were coming to kill her. To clarify, they put a hit out on you to have you killed, to cover their tracks. What you think? Sex. They was having sex with you. This is why they was trying to sacrifice you. This is why they was trying to cover it up. Huh? To clarify, they dangerous. Hope. Schemes of teams. Somebody is watching you. Royal bloodline. Ultimate betrayal. To clarify, your daddy side of the family here, we got backstabbers. Protect yourself. To clarify, satanic ritual abuse, and I tell you something was done to you in a pool or water or something. These people drowned you like over and over again. Like you could have drowned more than once. They thought you died. Whoever identified with this, nobody ever taught you how to swim. If you know how to swim to this day, you taught yourself how to swim. You got over your own phobia of water. You gotta have a phobia of water as a child because water was almost used as it was used as a torture tactic, as a punishment. It was part of their mind control, that waterboard and shit. That's what they do when they torture you. You know what I'm saying? You understand? When the government gets you, when the government grabbing and searching or some shit, a terrorist or some shit, they'll waterboard the hell out of your ass. Torture you. Call it waterboard. I'm trying to tell you. Y'all better watch some Born Ultimatum, Born Identity or some type of shit. See how they really do. Huh? They train their assassins like that too by sending them through torture. You know how they break them and turn them into the most cold-blooded assassins too. I'm telling you, they can program anything into you when they shatter your brain. And they do it from torture. And I'm going to tell you something else. Something that is totally sick, but it's the truth. Do you know the greatest artists have gone through childhood trauma and torture? This is also the reason why they go through the torture that they do. If you ever seen it, some of you will see it in some of these, especially a lot of it happens to all of them, but especially the women. They get tortured the most. But you ever seen a female artist that go through some type of heartbreak or get hurt real bad, and all of a sudden they'll drop some best-selling album or something? It is amazing how talent, skill, ability, and all kinds of things can come from torture and trauma. But it do. So we got swimming pool. We got airwaves. Okay, this means that this satanic ritual abuse was being done to you in swimming pools or in water, as well as while you was in the air flying. Okay, you was being molested and abused while you was flying in pools and hot tubs or some kind of shit. We got feeling blue here. To clarify, somebody close to you is a warlock, male witch. Here we have disloyalty. These people were disloyal to you, okay? These was phony friends, okay? Who was recruited to do things to you, okay? To clarify, human trafficking, we have the struggle is real, okay? There was some type of struggle, some type of fight, some type of competition or something, and we got low down and dirty. Okay, guys? Okay, guys, at the bottom of the deck, we have the High Priestess. We have the Seven of Swords. Okay, forensic science field will provide important clues, community, and surprise. Okay. Spirit, to clarify, you were, yeah. Okay, to clarify, you were abducted or adopted as a child. We got the High Priestess here. This is something that's secret information, secret knowledge, but I'm telling you, you are a High Priestess yourself, okay? You intuitively know this. Allow your intuition and your wisdom to guide you. This is something that is top secret, hidden information that happened to you. Spirit said it's the truth, that is clarity. This happened to you. You see this little child on here? This happened to you as a child. You see that angel watching over you, baby? That's the only reason why you live in the day. Yes. Spirit, clarify mama's side of the family. Clarify mama's side of the family. These people betrayed you. They ultimately betrayed you. Everybody on your supposed mama's side of the family that ain't your family stabbed you in the back over and over and over again. And they did it for the purposes of money. They didn't care nothing about you. They ain't never cared nothing about you. Spirit, clarify you're being used for money. Clarify, you are being used for money. Yeah, you was being used for money to fulfill other people's hopes, wishes, and dreams. Yeah. And then you was abandoned. You was neglected. You was left out in the cold. You was left in lack, in worry, in need of assistance. They used you, abused you, and they left you with nothing. Paid every damn body but you. But you was the one they was using. You was the one that was fulfilling their hopes, wishes, and fucking dreams, and they never gave you nothing. Huh. When you should have been worth, you were worth the 10 of coins. Huh? You was destined to have this, bro. You were supposed to have it. You were born supposed to have this. 10 of coins. 10 of cups. You came out as the Hierophant and the High Priestess, bro. They knew this about you when you was a child. This how they did you. You fulfilled their hopes, wishes, and nasty ass fucking dreams, and they abandoned you. They neglected you. They left you hanging. The audacity of these motherfuckers. And do you understand that they got the audacity to be targeting you, gang stalking you, harassing you? What you say? They still watching you. They tracking you. They tracing you. They invading and violating you. They invaded and violated you from the time you was a kid. They stripped you of your human rights, your civil and your constitutional rights as a kid. Your entire fucking life. You ought to be rich in this bitch for the remainder of your life on this regular ass earth. But on GP for what they have done to you. These bitches got the audacity to be in schemes of teamed up working against you right the fuck now. Tell them hoes sit down. Take several seats, bitch. You've been paying your way since you was a kid. Tell them to run back the tapes on that. You don't want to watch that, do you? You won't see that, do you? Huh? This is what you supposed to have with Ace of Coins, 10 of Coins, with the 10 of Cups. This was destined to you. This was what you were born. This is what you were supposed to have in this lifetime. They strip you of that. Those who are illuminated and in power and authority, they seen that shit when you were a kid. And they stunted your growth. They blocked it from you. They stopped it from. I'm going to tell you, especially if you brown skin, baby. If you brown skin, them wealthy, sophisticated, educated, illuminated folks high up in power, they couldn't stand it, baby. They said, what? Oh, we can't allow this. A hierophant, a high priestess, brown skin, to have this type of power, to have this type of knowledge. You better believe it. You better believe it. Because that's what happened. Spirit, clarify. Clarify gifted and talented. Clarify gifted and talented. Y'all think it's a game. Y'all think it's a game when it's really not. Huh? Spirit say you the son. You are the son of God. You was born with success, recognition, enthusiasm. You was born awake. You was born with knowledge. You was born with talent, skill, and ability. Several of them. They couldn't allow that. They couldn't handle that. You the son. You an angel. Sent back to earth. I guarantee you're brown skinned and you identify with this, baby. There's some Caucasian people in power that say they just couldn't allow that. They couldn't have that. They couldn't have no black queen over them. They couldn't have no black king over them. We got to stop this. We got to stunt this. We got to destroy this. This is the son. The true, almighty, illuminated one who cometh back with vision and knowledge from beyond. They said we can't have that. Spirit, clarify satanic sellout, church member, gang stalkers. Yeah. They caused you heartache and heartbreak, baby. They caused you all type of heartache and heartbreak, sorrow, misery, agony. Spirit, clarify birth mother betrayal. Your birth mother spake the truth too. Was very outspoken, analytical, truther, brilliant, experienced, humorous, even. Your birth mother could have been an air sign, Aquarius, Libra, or Gemini. If she wasn't, she was brilliantly experienced and humorous, and she spake the truth. She's very analytical. She was a queen. Spirit, clarify they put a hit out on you to have you killed to cover their tracks. They put a hit out on you to have you killed to cover their tracks. This fire sign, Sagittarius, Aries, or Leo here, put a hit out on you to have you killed to cover their tracks here. There's multiple people here because we got this air sign here, this fire sign here. Then we had an earth sign right there. Spirit, clarify they're dangerous. Clarify they're dangerous. We got the Two of Cups here. individuals who are partnered up and who are in some type of commitment together, who are part of this. Spirit was saying it's dangerous here. Spirit, clarify. Clarify father's side of the family. Clarify your father's side of the family. Clarify your father's side of the family. So we got transformation here. Okay? This talks about a realization, a life change. It can speak to liberation, but this is like the Tower card. Here's something happening suddenly, tragically, all of a sudden, out the blue. Spirit, clarify satanic ritual abuse. Yeah, these people had you in prison, stuck, restricted, unable to move here. They wanted you in self-doubt and confusion. They kept you like this all your life. They caused you conflict all your life. Spirit, clarify. Someone close to you is a warlock or male witch here. Okay. We got the 5 of Swords here. Okay. This speaks to mistakes being made, melodrama. Okay. Conflicts, fighting, fussing, cussing, arguments, disagreements, some kind of something chaotic or conflicted happening. Okay. Something that caused the 5 of water here. Got 2 5s here, 5 5 here. This is conflict and disappointment, regret, sadness. Okay. We got the 3 of earth here that sit here on human traffickers. Okay. People collaborating together for the purposes of money. What else with this human trafficker spirit? What else with these human traffickers? We got competition here with the 5 of fire. Okay. Conflicts, annoyances, competition here. Are these individuals that's in collaboration with one another here? Yeah. Okay, we got the 7 of air here. This talks about awareness, cautions, consequences. It also speaks to lies, deceptions, manipulations, lying, cheating, stealing, people sneaking and creeping, trying to get away with something. Okay, but I'm telling you, you ended up getting injured. You ended up getting hurt, needing recovery or healing from something that happened to you. See this little child here? Something happened to you that you had to recuperate from, that you had to heal from in some type of way, shape, form, or fashion. Okay, guys? So I know this has been a long reading, okay, but Spirit wanted me to get this out to you all, okay? I thank you all for listening. I thank you all for watching. If you would be so kind to please like, share, and subscribe, it would be greatly, greatly appreciated. With this many people being involved, y'all, it's really hard to get everybody's signs out here, but air sign was out here a lot. Aquarius, Libra, Gemini, Sagittarius, Aries, so Leo energy, okay, was out here a lot. There's a lot of water energy out here as well, okay? Spirit, I mean, you got a lot of people involved, a lot of people. There's a Gemini who's involved in this situation. Spirit, who else is involved? Who else was prominent figures who was involved in this situation? Who else are prominent figures involved in this situation? Somebody is an earth sign. Somebody's a Capricorn. There's a Gemini. There's a Capricorn. There's a Sagittarius. Pisces. You could be a water sign. There was a lot of water that came out here. Who else is involved in this situation, Spirit? Who else is involved in this situation? Prominent individuals involved in this situation. You got so many people because you got the human traffickers, you got people, multiple different people who's involved in the satanic ritual abuse, and the people who these witches and different things that was doing spell work on you, mind controlling you. You got the therapist person, you got your real parents, your fake parents, you got, you know what I'm saying, people in power, people in authority. Like, this could be people of the whole zodiac, okay? Um, Somebody could be a Virgo. Who else? We got an Aries here. So there could be multiple fire signs, multiple multiple fire signs, multiple earth signs involved in this situation. Somebody's a Cancer. Multiple water signs involved in this situation. Aquarius. Okay. So, like, yeah, like I said, this could be multiple persons of the entire zodiac here, okay? Because we got 2 water signs out here, 2 air signs out here, 2 earth signs out here, 2 fire signs out here, okay? There's a lot of people involved in this situation, from people in power to people in, you know, in authority, to therapists, doctors and shit, the people who satanically literally abused you, the traffickers, you, you know, the family, the people that you ended up with, to your real parent, and all kinds of things, y'all. Yeah, there's just a lot of people involved in this situation here, okay? But I do hope that this gave you some type of truth, some type of clarity, okay? To something that you needed the truth on, okay? For those of you who would like to contact me, you can do so at tiff.diamond.36@gmail.com. You can find me on Facebook at Tiffany Latish Diamond Ziegler, okay? You can also follow me on Instagram at Shine Bright Like a Diamond 36. For anybody interested in donating to the channel, you could do so at through CASHAPP at $Tip Diamond, or excuse me, yeah, $Tip Diamond 36. PayPal, which is paypal.me/@36diamond. Okay. Somebody was trying to make you a blood sacrifice for fame and fortune. Okay, Spirit is saying that this was a low down and dirty, shameful situation that took place. Yes, this came out again. Somebody was trying to use you, make you a blood sacrifice for fame and fortune here. Okay. Oh, as always, guys, y'all take care of yourselves, take care of each other, but most of all, take care of your babies, honey. Remember, this is a wicked, wicked world that we live in. There's wickedness in high places, and there's evil just lurking around each and every corner, even in the neighborhood near you. So y'all watch your surroundings. Watch the company you keep. Watch the surroundings and the company in which your children are in as well. And considering the fact that you never know when someone may betray you, backstab you, try to hurt you, or harm you, honey, keep you some protection on you. Y'all stay awake, stay aware, stay vigilant, and stay prepared. Because if you stay ready, you ain't got to get ready, baby. Until the next time, peace, love, and light. Namaste. I am that I am, created in the image of God. Yeah, we got a lot of tricksters that's involved in this situation as well. Yeah, I was just going through my other deck just to see what happened to you. Rape. Yeah, these there's people involved with a lot of money, sugar daddy, big bucks here. People high up in power with a lot of money here. Somebody is Spirit is calling a Prince Charming. This person could have actually been a prince or something. You was being forced to sleep with the enemy. This was done. You was forced to provide other sexual healing pleasures. This talks about sex magic. Okay, like this is sick. Yeah, never mind. It don't matter. You was forced to go along with some type of role playing. Okay, there was some type of obsession over you. As a child. Okay. There was a mistress or mistresses, there was men and women who had their way with you. Somebody you were, when I was telling you about my experience, somebody, I know a lot of people who are homosexual or gay or lesbian. A lot of people be like, oh, I was born this way or whatever. But y'all, even if you can't remember things, there was something that you was exposed to. There was something that you seen, or there was something that was inappropriately done to you that altered your mind, that made you feel the way you felt. Now, when you got to whatever age where you was able to make your own decisions and decide how you want to live and what you want to feel or whatever, you did that. And I'm not faulting you for that or anything like that or whatever, but I'm telling you, most people, it's learned behavior. You was programmed to have those thoughts, to have those feelings. You was exposed at an early age to things, even if you can't remember. Okay, and y'all have to understand that not all sexual abuse hurts. There's a lot of sexual abuse that happen to young people that don't hurt. Like, it's not done, and what I mean by that, it's not done in a way that causes them pain. You understand what I'm saying? It's inappropriate. It's nasty. It shouldn't happen. It's wrong. But that's a part of grooming too. It's not done in a way, oh God, to that causes them pain. That happens a little bit later. Okay? And it also is also a part of grooming too, where the handler gets you used to them, and it's basically a punishment reward type of system is the easiest way to see it. So it's basically where your abuser do things nice for you. You have fun with your abuser. That your abuser might feed you. Your abuser might get you toys and candies and sweets and treats and do things really fun to you. But that same abuser will come in and start touching on you, feeling on you while you're in the bed sleep or while you're taking a bath. And they're doing so in little gentle ways that don't hurt at first. It's inappropriate, okay? But that same handler, that same abuser will then find a reason to slap you across the face, find a reason to beat you for something, find a reason to do, when it advance, get to the point where they want to hurt you in some type of way. But that's the same abuser that'll flip it and get you a treat or get you a little snack or buy you a little toy or do something to make you feel good. So now your mind, this has trained your mind to, you depend on this person, you need this person. This person is telling you they love you while they're hurting you. You understand type of shit? This is how mind control works. This is how trauma, childhood trauma and different things work, y'all, okay? So I just want to say that as well. And it's the very reason why oftentimes when girls are molested and raped at early ages, they become promiscuous at early ages. A lot of people don't think about this. Y'all be so quick to call a chick a bitch or a whore or a slut or whatever, but y'all the very ones who go after them and want them to do certain things to you when you're trying to holler at them, and they ain't a bitch until they happen to turn you down, or after you done had your way with them, they a hoe and they a slut. But last time I checked, every time guys get together, hang out with your friends, you go see a whole bunch of chicks who you also refer to as bitches and whores and sluts, who is stripping for you, who you spend all your money on, and when you solicit the service of prostitutes and all other type of things. So it seems like to me, on one hand, you like bitches and whores and sluts, but then you use the same terms to put women down. And oftentimes what you don't know is girls who grow up without daddies and girls who are molested and raped at an early age, they become sexually promiscuous at an early age. It's a way of acting out. It's a way of, it's like train, it's it's something snaps in the brain where this girl willingly start giving herself away, because this is what she's been taught. This is how she has been taught to, if you please and appease others, then you won't give them the chance to hurt you or just take it from you if you give it to them willingly. Okay, that's what's in the girl's mind. What's so fucked up is the same thing happens to boys too. But see, with a girl, she's got that little piece of freedom of choice, because girls can go either way. Some of them who have gone through a lot of trauma may end up hating men or scared of men to the point where they just decide to be a lesbian, okay? Or if she just became sexually promiscuous and she started off messing with guys, it's not until she run into that one guy that beat on her and cheat on her and leave her hanging all the time until she then turned lesbian or whatever. But that woman always got that freedom of choice, because it's always been seen as sexy to see two women make out together, to see two women mess around sexually together. It's always been seen as sexy. But that woman can flip-flop like that. A woman can make out with a woman and have a boyfriend. You understand what I'm saying? And nobody think any different of it. You understand what I'm saying? But the same shit happened to boys, but it's something else that triggers different in the boys and the men. Once y'all are turned out, once another man ring y'all's bell, it's stuck with you. It's stuck with you. And many of you are gone on, a lot of them, the boys who do go on and come out as gay, I guarantee you probably about 85% of them who will trust you enough to talk to you will tell you that they was molested or they was really raped by somebody. By somebody. And the first time you raped or molested, it happens by the people who closest to you. Somebody in your family, somebody at the church, somebody at your school, somebody, your babysitter, or somewhere like that, okay? And another thing y'all don't understand, that is a lot of children who go through this abuse. Your parents were sellouts well before you was born. Your grandparents were sellouts well before you was born. I know you love your grandma. I know you love your grandpa to death. You understand? They cook and talk and do all kind of nice things for you, make you feel real good. Grandparents back in the day was supposed to make you feel like that. There was real grandparents back in the day who knew how to be grandparents. You understand what I'm saying? But they were sellouts well before you were born, baby, and they hit it real well, honey. They hit it well. They hit it better than your parents. As a matter of fact, they was the ones who taught your parents. You best think about that. They were well before you was even thought about, baby. Well before you was even born. So by the time you got old enough, you came along and you got old enough to understand and comprehend, baby, this was hidden so well that you had no clue. Those of you who are my age, who are in your 30s right now, okay, or younger, the abuse that we suffered and went through, your parents and your grandparents knew, because they were sellouts and they turned a blind eye and they allowed it to happen. You know why? Because the satanic powers that be was paying them under the table to do it to you. These are the same parents who's the sellouts right now who will sacrifice their children. Their children come up missing all of a sudden, or their kids pop up dead all of a sudden. They were sacrifices. These were staged events. See, they sell out. And see, every once in a while, the satanic powers that be come back and they be like, oh, it's time for a sacrifice. You got to give us one. They been sold out. They don't tell you. See, they hid shit well back in the 80s and the 70s and the 60s and shit. This shit been going on. This shit been going on. We were born in the 80s and the 90s and different things. And what I'm talking about. And those who, the new millennia, oh, they gone, baby. They gone. Those of them who were born from 2000 all up to now, baby, they got their head so far gone. See, we remember a time before all these electronics and different shit was out. Many of us grew up, we didn't have a cell phone till we was fucking late in our teens. You understand? You was 16, 17, 18, 19 before you had your first phone. See, we can remember before there was a phone. We can remember before there was cable. We can remember all those things that the 2000 on up to now babies would lose their mind if they were out right the hell now. See, the satanic power that be is controlling them, manipulating them in a whole nother way, baby. That's the new world there. The new generation, that's the new world there. They already is working on them. That's why they come out the room technical now. But it's not for the it's not for the smart, educated, new generation evolving type of reason that you would think it is. Baby, it's for something else. It's for something else that is to come. But that's a different story for a different day, baby. But I'm trying to tell you. I'm trying to tell you. And so what I was telling you about the boys is that oftentimes when the boys are molested and raped as kids, many of them will come out and they'll go ahead and come out as gay, especially the feminine ones. Okay? A lot of the other guys, now there's plenty other guys who are gay who didn't come out until, you know, later in their life when they was much older, you know, either in their 20s or the 30s or some, or late in their teens or something like that. Okay, you didn't see the gay tendencies and different things in them when they was kids. You understand what I'm saying? But it was still programmed in you. It's predictive program. It was drilled in you. It was programmed in you without you even knowing it. And they doing it to heterosexual men right now. Y'all have no idea. And I found this so amazing when I had my awakening years and years ago, that I ran through the house crying, y'all. I ran through the house crying. Not really in a manner of the disgust, but when you have that awakening like that, and that veil is lifted from your eyes, and you seeing things that you never seen before, y'all, I cried. Heterosexual men right now, you think you love pussy as much as you love you a woman. Baby, they been mind fucking y'all for so damn long, right in your face, and you don't even know it. It's heterosexual men right now that love them some women. Y'all lust after women right now that's drop dead gorgeous that you don't even know was born a man. They transgenders, and many of them still got their dicks, baby, and they might be bigger than yours. That is the truth. That is the truth. I ain't gonna say no names. Okay? Everything that is understood don't need to be discussed. I'm not no messy person like that. So I ain't gonna say the names. I know many of them. There is women right now that you think that you lust after, that men everywhere lust after, wish you had the chance to be with them if you ever could. You probably have wet dreams about them when you sleep. They drop dead gorgeous. They drop dead gorgeous. Oh, they cleans up good. You can't even hardly tell. Unless you awaken like that. And that's how they have gotten y'all. They have put that in your face. And that's the reason why the men, they have them. See, y'all think it's funny when you see heterosexual men that's in the industry and they had them to put on a dress or do a little funny skit or something like that. That's done for one of two reasons. One is a part of humiliation ritual. It gets them more money if they do that ritual. Number two is the truth being put in plain sight. They subliminally telling you that it's a whole lot of people that you looking at right now that you think are women who were naturally born men. Some of them may have fully transformed, but the majority of individuals who are transgender still have their penis. And it's like that on purpose. Many of them are like that on purpose. Why? Because many of them are Luciferian, okay? And Lucifer is both male and female. But I'm going to show you how the industry and the government has perversed this. Lucifer was born that way. That is the true definition of Lady Gaga's born that way. If you were born that way, then technically you are hermaphrodite. You can't help how you were born. If you was born with both a penis and a vagina, okay? It's plenty of them in Bangkok, okay? But, you know what I'm saying? And they beautiful. From all outer appearance, they look like women. But they're hermaphrodites. They were born with both vaginas and penis. You can't fault somebody who was born like that. Lucifer was born like that. I told you all before, Lucifer, it was the only, one of the closest angels to God. Lucifer was said to be one of God's most beautiful angels. And like I told y'all before, ask yourself, do you think that Lucifer was called beautiful because of Lucifer's outer appearance, like physical appearance, just beautiful, handsome, or beautiful like that? Or was Lucifer called one of God's most beautiful angels because Lucifer was born both male and female? Okay? Lucifer wasn't made to be ugly until Lucifer came to earth. Okay? Lucifer is the only angel who can procreate with itself. Lucifer has its own children that it created. Okay? And so this is the reason why you see the mockeries and the different things that you do. You have some people who are descendants of Lucifer, who are actual Lucifer's children, and you have some people who are descendants of God, who are the children of God. Those of us who were created in God's image. This is the reason why we are the very ones who are targeted. We are the very ones who are hated. We are the very ones who are attacked, y'all. Y'all got to understand what is going on. So what I was trying to tell y'all is the way the industry and the government has perversed this is because they're taking their naturally born men are transgender, and I'm not saying this to be against any transgender. I am not against any transgender at all. I have been a part of the LGBT community. I'm just telling you how that people in power perverse things and trick y'all's mind. You can live your life however you want to live. That's you, your business. That's between you and God, and I don't care. Okay, that's your life. I'm just explaining something to you that most people don't know. Okay, so I don't want nobody getting upset with me like I'm throwing shade or this slick shots or wise crack. I'm being mean. I'm shaming somebody. This ain't about that. I'm not even that type of person. I don't even shake and move like that. Okay, not at all. Okay, but what the reason why? Okay, now let me tell you something. I'm gonna tell you the difference. Because if you run into a real transgender, and what I mean by a real transgendered, okay, somebody who wholeheartedly feels that they are in the wrong body, and you have a conversation with them, they wholeheartedly want to change their entire sex altogether, okay, altogether. If they could afford it, okay, and these are expensive surgeries and different things, but you know what I'm saying, most people who really feel like that, who are transgender and really want that transformation, they are probably just regular, everyday, average people. They're probably poor. The ones of them who are wealthy, ask yourself, with as much money as they have, if they really love being transgender, and that's how they really felt, and that's what they really wanted, why don't they get the entire operation done and actually transform all the way? Why? Because the men in power and that likes that, okay, that they hook up with and entertain and different things like that, they want them to look like they want them to be in the image of Lucifer, is what I'm trying to tell y'all. But Lucifer was born like that. So you see how they perversed it? They are having naturally born men transgender themselves to be like Lucifer by having them to keep their penis, transform all the way to a woman for accepting for your penis. It's because they want them to be in alignment with Lucifer. This is how the industry and the government are perversing it. When Lucifer was born that way, so technically you are disrespecting the very your Luciferian God that you claim that you serve. That's why I don't understand about say, I just feel whatever it is that you believe in, you should believe wholeheartedly in it and respect it all the way across the board. You can't be half-ass with it. You understand what I'm saying? So if you tell me you a Satanist, if you tell me you are Luciferian, okay, and you say you worship Lucifer as your God, then you twisting and turning things and perversing things to make it to be what you want to be is technically not openly worshiping Lucifer for your God like you claim that you are. It's a hypocrisy. This means that you are using Lucifer for your own ill wills to get what you want on this earthly plane from Lucifer, okay? But you got to be stupid if you think that you can get over on Lucifer, which is much power Lucifer has, okay? Because Lucifer is an angel, okay? Like, it's crazy, but you have a lot of people who sell out, who think that they gonna play Lucifer, get what they want out of Lucifer, and last minute they gonna double dutch this thing and jump back and like change, they like do something, but this is how they perverse everything. So I just wanted to say that real quick to you all about that, okay? And I was explaining that with the guys because a lot of times when men get turned out or whatever, it sticks with them. It becomes a part of them. There's no way for a man to sleep with another man, or even a man who ain't intentionally wanting to sleep with a man but get violated. A men get raped too, okay? Boys get raped too. So whether this happens willingly or unwillingly, it's no way for a man to go through that experience, and it's like something triggers in them that where it entices them, it turns them on at some point. You know what I'm saying? Like it especially if you're being raped, it could be painful, it could hurt, and this different things like that. But there's something else that triggers in them where it turns them on, where they will either openly now be gay, or they will secretly do this. They will, on the surface date women and different things, but they will secretly be involved in gay activity and different things like that or whatever. But it's different from women. And the reason why I'm saying it's different from women, because women got that ability to decide if we want to be with a woman or to be with a man, and nobody would think any difference of it, okay? Nobody would think any difference of it. But anyway, guys, so I just wanted to explain that to you all real quick, okay? There's a lot of things that's going on in this world. A lot of things. And I told y'all, when I went through my awakening, there was a lot of things that I was awakened to, and it just really blew my mind. And when I seen what the government was doing and how they were using the Obamas, I was so pissed off, y'all. I broke down in tears, and I started praying. I started meditating, all kinds of shit, because in that instant, I knew something horrific was coming, y'all. I got this revelation, and the Most High showed me. And on that day, I feel like was that day when I told the Most High, I don't care what I got to do. I don't care how I got to do it. Help me, okay, to loose, release, and let go of anything that I need to loose, release, and let go. Because I'm telling y'all, I broke down. I seen it right before my eyes, and it wasn't until the veil was lifted from my eyes that I went through that awakening, and I seen how they was using the Obamas, and it was like something clicked, and it angered me that I realized what the hell was going on. And I felt it all over, and I'm like, I literally seen it. I felt it. I'm like, we in the end. I'm like, something very traumatic is about to happen. And I began to vision it. I began to see it. And I'm like, hell no. And I didn't give a damn what I had to cut off. Drinking, smoking, partying, getting whatever. I was willing to cut it off, y'all. Okay? And I kid you not. I did. There's shit I stopped cold turkey. Ain't looked back, because it's a pact I made with God. I know that's something y'all have no idea what is coming, and it is so damn catastrophic. You had the only thing that you can hope is that your soul is intact. Peace, love, and light, guys. Namaste. And real quick, I just want to tell y'all, by saying that, you need to understand something. Planet Earth ain't going nowhere. You can't get rid of a damn planet. But you best understand one damn thing. Everything and everybody on a planet can be smooth, wiped out, okay? And so what I'm telling you, by saying that your soul better be intact, see, a lot of people think, you're going to be saved and swept up and that. No, baby, you will surely die. Where there's a beginning, there's always an end. Okay? You ain't going to be free till you leave this place. And this is the reason why your soul got to be intact, honey. Because if you plan on making it to another dimension, if you plan on making it to the other world, okay? To the promised land, okay? Where all the things that we deal with here on this planet don't exist there, your soul has to be intact. Okay? And that's the reason why I'm telling you that, y'all. Okay? Because the day is going to come when mankind is going to go extinct, and it's going to be smooth wiped off planet Earth. But planet Earth ain't going nowhere. And there will surely be something that comes after human beings. Okay? Because repetitive cycle. Where there is an ending, there is a beginning. And where there's a beginning, there is always an ending. But this ending is going to be so catastrophic, baby. It's going to be to the likes of which y'all have never seen before. I'm telling you. I'm telling you, and I have seen it. I have seen it. And a lot of people don't like having that conversation, don't like talking about that. It's too scary. But baby, you being fearful of death is the least of your worries. Baby, death is your freedom. It will be the one and only time in life. You don't have to have a death wish. I ain't telling you that. Okay? But you should, the fearing death is the least of your worries, baby. That's the only thing that will set you free. But y'all have no idea what's coming. People, y'all just, having a good time. And I'm not saying don't enjoy your life while you living or anything like that. But a lot of people living so careless and reckless, man. And y'all have no idea what's to come, and it's going to sneak up on you like a thief in the night. I ain't lying. I ain't lying. I'm talking about things that you couldn't even imagine. Things that you ain't never seen in your lifetime. Murder, death, harm, destruction, illness, all at once. Darkness. Complete blackout. No food, no water. Things to the likes of which that you ain't never seen that will devour you. And y'all have no idea what's to come. Y'all have no idea what's to come. But it's so horrific. I'm telling you. It has never been shown. It has never been shown. And frankly, you won't even see it coming. It's going to happen out of nowhere. And it's going to be so catastrophic. And it's going to be so damning. Okay? And the sad part about it, the most vulnerable people, children, elderly, the sick and shut in, handicaps, mentally ills, disability having people are going to be the most vulnerable and going to be the first ones to go. And a lot of some of everybody else. Y'all best understand, there's only 144,000. The chosen ones of 144,000 is a small number out of billions and billions of people. So folks better have their soul intact, because I have seen visions and glimpses of what's to come. Okay? And most people can't even fathom it. Most people can't even fathom it.